What's happening? What's happening? How is everyone doing? What's Gucci? What's Gucci? What is Gucci? What is you muted? I'm muted. I'm muted. Somebody say I'm muted. Oh no. Salute the gouch from below. Yeah, Islam. I mean, black people adopt Islam too, though. Look at Philly. All them dudes is Muslim. So it's not only look at the Nation of Islam. They big in Chicago, Oakland. They big in DC, Nation of Islam, New York. Nation of Islam is a black institution. They've been in prison. You can't just blame white people. Well, here's the thing: white people have the power to kick Islam's ass. Black people can't. Black people can't. White people could wipe out Islam, you know, pretty easily, but blacks can't. When I say whites, I mean white countries. Like black countries can't fuck with Islam. Islam is just been kicking black people's asses for eons. But white countries have found, through technology, they found a way to overcome Islam, but they just choose not to. Tomorrow's the big day, man. We're voting on panelist of the year. Shout out to my man. You're gonna be on the list too. Alexander Barron, man. You will be one of the contestants or panelist of the year, man. Tomorrow, make sure you tune in tomorrow. We're voting on panelist of the year. We're voting on panelist of the year tomorrow. Okay? Make sure you tune in. Tomorrow, New Year's Eve, is going to be the show of all shows. Panelist of the year will be voted on by you, not me. It will be voted on by you. Okay? Anybody that you want to nominate, you should nominate them tonight. Anybody you want to nominate, you should nominate them tonight. Tomorrow, panelist of the year. Fisherman's won it the last 2 years. I gotta look back and see if he won it 3 years. But I don't know. I know he's won it the last 2 years. And I know Nigtal finished second last year, and the Brown Sugar finished second the year before. But I gotta go back and see who won it a few years back. I gotta find those videos in the archives. Salute to everybody out here, man. Thank you for joining us, man. We got a great show tonight, as usual, man. Last night that wasn't last night. That was 2 nights ago. Oh my God. If you didn't see the show 2 nights ago, don't worry. I'm gonna chop it up. Don't worry. I'm going to chop it up. The show from 2 nights ago. I'm going to chop it up. You don't have to worry about that. Trafalgar Square at midnight as usual. I have no idea what Trafalgar Square. I gotta look that up. Trafalgar Square. Okay. I guess y'all do y'all own. Oh yeah, y'all ahead of us. Yeah, y'all 6 hours ahead. So to them, it's like 5:30 in the morning where Alexander Barron is. So yeah, he's already yeah. So tonight you'll be in traffic. That's what y'all celebrate to do. You in Trafalgar Square. Shout out to Alexander Barron. I just learned something new. Um, yeah, man. Salute. Shout out to Reese from Philly. Reese in the building. Reese, you on the you nominated for panelist of the year. You in the Sunman category, man. So how we gonna do it is we gonna vote all the gliders, till we get down to one glider. We're gonna vote all the suns till we get down to one sun. And then we're gonna vote all the others till we get down to one other. And we're gonna vote all the queens till we get down to one queen. In those four categories, the winner of those four categories gonna go in the final category. And then we're gonna choose a winner from that category. Okay? Yeah. That's how we doing it tomorrow. Be there, be square. No, I mean it's segregation. It's like prison, but you know when the final vote is going to be everybody, one group, one person from each group. That's the way it makes it fair, man. If you got anybody you want to nominate them tonight, man. Nominate them tonight. If you got anybody you want to nominate, it's only panelists, only people that have been on the panel. We are going in tonight, man. Oh man, I ain't gonna lie to you. You heard me? We got a lot of people, man. A lot of people that want y'all to show up tomorrow, man. Show up tomorrow night, man. Come into the building tomorrow night, man. The show of all shows. We are back in effect with a mask and a tech. You hear me? Uh, Here we go. Come on.
Well, the two sons of a convicted killer.
All right. Everybody hit that like button. Smash that like button as you come into the building. As you enter into the building, salute to everybody watching on X. As you enter into the building, make sure you hit the like button as you enter into the building. Hit that like button, man. Smash that like button. Oh man, that show 2 nights ago though was crazy. Press one. We went in. That show 2 nights ago was insane, man. I learned a lot. I was shocked. Not Let me just say, yeah, I was shocked. I was shocked by what we uncovered. I was shocked by what we uncovered. Okay, end of the year, man. Make sure you support the channel at the end of the year, man. It's very important. We end the year right, man. Support the channel, man. If you haven't made a huge contribution to this channel financially throughout the year, man, here's your chance to the last few days of the year, man. Do something big, man. Make a big contribution. Put 20 on it, put 50 on it, put 100 on it. We came back this year, man. We came back. This was an interesting year, man. I got two kids. I got two kids. Even the year before, two kids, man. I had a sleeping issue. This has been a real trying year, man. I had a big time sleeping issue this year, my man. I went through. I don't know. I would just fall asleep with no warning. Like I would just doze off in the middle of a sentence. I would just doze off, and I wouldn't know I dozed off until I woke up. Those of you who were here this year, man, y'all saw me fall asleep so many times, man. Just nada, just go straight to sleep. Straight to sleep. Straight to sleep. Just right in the middle of a sentence. Straight to sleep. I couldn't figure out what it was for the longest time, though. Like I couldn't figure out what it was for the longest time. Then I realized it was the fact that I wasn't sleeping with my CPAP. I couldn't figure it out for the longest time. Then when I figured out, I was like, oh shit. That's what it is. I'm not getting no oxygen to my brain. Shout out to Gouchman Low. Something for you, Big Ock. Salute to all. Happy New Year to you and the nation. Salute to you, Gouchman Low. Gouchman Low has been a huge contributor this year, man. Gouchman Low has supported the channel immensely this year. Okay? Everybody give Gouchman Low a huge round of applause. Yeah. Listen, I work at night too, so it's like I love hanging out with my kids, though. I love it. I'd rather watch them or family member than anybody else. I'd rather watch my kids than somebody else watch them. You know what I mean? Especially my son, man. My daughter, she's a little older, but my son, he's young. My daughter can talk. See, my son, he can't talk, so he couldn't tell me what was wrong. But my daughter, she could tell. If I let my daughter stay with somebody else, she'll tell me what's wrong, or she'll tell me if somebody was doing something to her. My son, he can't even talk, so I'm glad that I can be there to be his child care, along with his grandmother and his mother. He trying though. My son trying to talk. He trying. Oh, he trying. He trying. Yeah, I'll show y'all a picture of my son tomorrow and my daughter. I'll show y'all some updated pictures of them tomorrow. Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
Well, the two sons of a convicted killer in Chatham County are now being connected to other deaths in the area.
That's right. One happening just 2 weeks ago. That murder in Bloomingdale that claimed the life of a 17-year-old who was in town visiting his family.
Our Madeline Bierster has been digging into the story, and you will only see it on WTOC.
This 16-year-old Savannah teen, now being charged with murder, has a familiar name. Frank.
Hammer a bow shot, man. Damn. Like that, man. What we doing with that, fellas? What we doing with that, man? What we doing with that, fellas? She nice, man. What city is this? What city is this?
Well, the two sons of a convicted killer in Chatham County are now being connected to other deaths in the area.
That's right. One happening just 2 weeks ago. That murder in Bloomingdale that claimed the life of a 17-year-old who was in town visiting his family.
Our Madeline Bierster has been digging into the story, and you will only see it on WTOC.
This 16-year-old Savannah teen, now being charged with murder, has a familiar name. Franklin Leonard James Jr. Through the district attorney's office, along with court records, I've confirmed that this 16-year-old is the brother of one of the mall shooting suspects. They have the exact same name. They have the same father. That father recently served a prison sentence for the death of an infant. Let me walk you through these connections. This Bloomingdale murder suspect is 16. His brother, the mall suspect down there, is 17. The teens are 8 months apart. They have different mothers, the same father, and are both named Franklin Leonard James Jr. The two are even mentioned in
that nigga, they both his son Franklin Leonard James Jr. He got kids by two different women. A baby killer, man. That's crazy, man. Salute to that man. He living his life, man. He out here winning, man. Well, he was. He's losing now, but whatever. Jeez. Hammer a bow shot. Hammer that bow shot. Hammer a bow shot. He named both his kids the same thing.
17. The teens are 8 months apart. They have different mothers, the same father, and are both named Franklin Leonard James Jr. The two are even mentioned in a past police report together involving a stolen gun. I've learned the family calls the 16-year-old Frank and the 17-year-old King. Their father, 46-year-old Franklin Leonard James Sr. in the middle. His Chatham County jail records reveal he's a member of the CBG gang. That's the Kyler Brownsville gang, who grew up in the area in the late 90s and early 2000s. Court records show he served around 11 years in state prison after a 2011 chase with police officers that eventually led to 2 crashes and the death of a baby.
Golly, man.
Court records show he served around 11 years in state prison after a 2011 chase with police officers that eventually led to 2 crashes and the death of a baby. We interviewed that baby's mother after that unimaginable heartbreak. James Sr. was just released from prison last May. James Sr. has been arrested 3 times since his prison release, once by Savannah Board of Education police for battery, family violence, and violating his probation in October last year. The second time was in May of this year, when troopers say he ran from Georgia State Patrol in Savannah. The next month, in June, Savannah police arrested him for trashing his 16-year-old son's mother's home. He was indicted on those charges from that day, along with trafficking cocaine and ecstasy. 18 days after the father's arrest in June, the Oglethorpe Mall shooting happens. Savannah police say this 17-year-old son, Franklin James Jr., is one of those alleged shooters. 5 other young men are also charged in the mall shooting. And fast forward to 2 weeks ago now, Antonio Thornton Jr. was shot and killed in Bloomingdale while visiting family. Nearly 2 weeks later, Franklin Sr.'s 16-year-old son, Franklin James Jr., was arrested and charged with that murder. He is being held at the Youth Detention Center, so a mugshot is not available for him. His 17-year-old brother is still in the Chatham County Jail since the mall shooting. So is their father since his June arrest. And now both sons have 2 separate murder cases moving through the court system. I'm continuing to follow all 3 of these cases and will bring you any updates as I can.
Yeah, please bring us some more updates, man. What's her name? What's her name, man? Let's see her name.
Who is in town visiting his family.
Our Madeline Bierster has been digging into the...
Madeline Bierster. Madeline Bierster. Shout out to Madeline Bierster, man. Madeline Bierster, man. I'm telling you, man.
All 3 of these cases and will bring you any updates as I can. Reporting in the studio, Madeline Bierster, WTOC News.
Well, following this and all within the last 10 minutes, the GBI confirms a second suspect has been arrested in the Bloomingdale murder. 17-year-old Terrence Green. That's the young man you see right there. He's being held at the Chatham County.
These niggas just be kidding. Think about Bloomingdale. Bloomingdale is think about that, man. Yeah, don't go to Bloomingdale, man. Bloomingdale, them niggas crazy up in Bloomingdale. Man, I'm trying to get away, man. I'm trying to get away from niggas. I'm going to move to Bloomingdale. Shit, Bloomingdale, there's a whole bunch of niggas acting crazy in Bloomingdale, man. Bloomingdale is off the chain, man.
County Jail tonight.
2 people are dead, including a high school senior.
Damn. Move over, Madeline Bierster. Damn. Sheesh. Holy moly.
2 people are dead, including a high school senior, after a fight led to a shooting in Fort Worth. Fox 4's Deion England joining us now with the latest.
Hey, got a little teeny little Adam's apple, man. Her Adam's apple is small as a nickel. That's what I like, man. Teeny Adam's apple, man. She got a little mini Adam's apple, man.
To a shooting in Fort Worth. Fox 4's Deion England joining us now with the latest on this investigation. Deion.
Hi there. A barrage of gunfire near this park claimed the life of a 17-year-old girl. Another victim from the same shooting died at a hospital. It has rattled many in the community and left.
Support the channel, man. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. Smash that like button, man. Smash that like button, man. And subscribe, man. Okay? Everybody watching on X. Salute to everybody that's watching on X, man. Salute to everybody watching everywhere. Wherever you're watching, man. Salute to you, man. Wherever you're watching, salute to you.
Investigation. Deion.
Hi there. A barrage of gunfire near this park claimed the life of a 17-year-old girl. Another victim from the same shooting died at a hospital. It has rattled many in the community and left them asking why.
As I hear boom, 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 boom.
Giselle Henderson lives on the block behind the Fort Worth Park at Liberty Street and East Rosedale.
Frequently over here, there are gunshots and there are also fireworks. So I had my brain on like, okay, let me decipher what it is. And there were so many of them. And toward the end, they slowed down and got kind of erratic. So I realized there were gunshots. Bring the ambulance in.
Henderson began to post this live recording on her social media account, just as the chaotic shooting scene investigation unfolded. Investigators say 17-year-old Dunbar High School senior Sienna Boone was killed near the park, where police say there had been close to 24 people gathered.
On the initial details from the call at the park, they say that it was a large gathering. So we don't know the relationship, but there was a large group at the park where the first incident was reported.
A second call to police overlapped the investigation. Another shooting victim was reported nearby in the 1700 block of Handley Drive.
While we were investigating those two calls, we noticed that they were possibly related to each other, which they were. Some of the details that we gathered yesterday was that that suspect vehicle fled or drove away from the park and ended up on Handley Drive. So that's how they are connected.
At the Handley Drive scene, a young man in a vehicle who'd been shot was taken to a hospital where he died from his injuries. A second person from that vehicle was detained for questioning.
So we are getting all those details to see what part that third person played in the incident.
Police say the exact reason for the large gathering on Liberty Street is unclear, despite speculation that it stemmed from an argument that escalated to violence.
This is a very strict reminder. Children, don't meet up nowhere to go fight, because you might be there just supporting a friend of yours and you might leave the earth, unfortunately, and then your family has to deal with that pain.
Now, the identity of the second deceased victim has not yet been released. Meantime, police are urging anyone with information or perhaps video that was recorded during the shooting incident or the large gathering before the shots rang out. They're urging you to get in touch with Fort Worth Police.
Police have not announced any arrests in a deadly shooting at an East Fort Worth park yesterday. Steve Pickett reports now that the victims are teens.
Sienna Boone, a 17-year-old senior at Fort Worth's Dunbar High School. Her family and friends posting photos of her on social media today. The Fort Worth School District sending this email to Dunbar families. It says, "We've learned that senior Sienna Boone has passed away, and to keep her family and loved ones in your thoughts." The teenager, according to police, was shot and killed Monday afternoon at Stop 6 Park in Fort Worth. The police department here said 15 to 20 people were part of a gathering crowd here. A fight started, then gunfire. You can see the yellow evidence markings at shell casings. More than 24 shell casings marked at this crime scene. And just 2 miles away, police find this scene, an 18-year-old also with gunshot wounds. Police say it is tied to the park shooting as well. The victim is Frank Price Jr., 18 years old. The house where he was found, the resident of that home tells me Mr. Price had gone to that same park that afternoon, knowing a fight was planned there. Frank Price died at the hospital. There are public safety cameras all along this park. Police can access those recordings. At this point, they are not saying if those cameras show who shot and killed these teenagers. In Fort Worth, Steve Pickett, CBS News, Texas.
Damn. Damn. Shit.
And tonight we have new details on a shooting that claimed the life of a 17-year-old boy in Boynton Beach just days before the new year.
This is a different shooting. The last one was in Fort Worth. This is a different one. This is in Boynton Beach, Florida. This is a different shooting. All these have happened in the last few days. Think about that, man. Niggas are shooting each other everywhere. Everywhere. Look how young these people are. Just shooting and killing each other everywhere. No matter where you go, there's young black people killing each other, or killing older people, or killing somebody. Yo, this shit is crazy.
And tonight, we have new details on a shooting that claimed the life of a 17-year-old boy in Boynton Beach just days before the new year. Police say Josiah Jones was killed at his sister's home while breaking up an argument yesterday morning. He later died at the hospital. A 24-year-old suspect who knew the victim is now charged in his death. CBS 12 News reporter Antoinette Delbel joins us live from Palm Beach County Jail after speaking with the victim's family and neighbors. Annie?
Well, the teen's family is still grieving and told me off camera they're not ready to talk just yet, understandably so. As for the suspect, he faced a judge earlier today and is being held here without bond.
Trenton Robinson, sir.
Trenton Robinson made his first court appearance Monday morning. He's accused of shooting and killing his child's uncle during a family argument, 17-year-old Josiah Jones.
My heart goes out to him and his family, his mother, his whole family.
Crime scene tape now sits in a trash can outside the home on Northwest 9th Avenue, just off Seacrest Boulevard, where Boynton Beach police say Jones was shot inside around 9:15 Sunday morning. According to the arrest report, the 24-year-old suspect was picking up his son from Jones's sister when an argument broke out. Investigators say Jones stepped in to separate the toddler's mother and father when Robinson pulled a gun from his pocket and shot him in the stomach.
Yo, I've been there, man. I've been in that situation. You just want to these women, they always want to fight, or they always want to have some dangerous guy around. You know what I'm saying? They're always bringing dangerous guys around. That's how women are. They're always bringing dangerous guys around. They rarely bring around any guy that can, like, and if they do, they're not going to like him. If they bring around a guy that's a productive or adds something to the situation, they're not going to like him. They're going to be boring. They're going to, they're not going to be attracted. Their animal instinct not going to be attracted to them. And you know what I mean? You can't, if they're not attracted, you can't force them to stay with the guy. But she brought this dangerous fool around, had a baby with him, and then be trying to fight, then want to be fighting him in front of her little brother. Not thinking about, like, yo, what kind of position? Think about, this nigga's dangerous. He got a gun. He's a proto-human. He's like basically like a half man, half ape. You know what I mean? Well, no. He's like 3/4 of a man and 1/4 of an ape, right? And he got a gun. And he be out here banging and shit, probably shooting at people, and he in all types of shit in the street. And you got him around your little brother, and you want to fight him around your and the son. Lucky the little kid didn't get shot. Because these niggas get mad and they don't even think. This is sad, man. She brought this goddamn proto-human around her family.
Crime scene tape now sits in a trash can outside the home on Northwest 9th Avenue, just off Seacrest Boulevard, where Boynton Beach police say Jones was shot inside around 9:15 Sunday morning. According to the arrest report, the 24-year-old suspect was picking up his son from Jones's sister when an argument broke out. Investigators say Jones stepped in to separate the toddler's mother and father when Robinson pulled a gun from his pocket and shot him in the stomach. Jones was rushed to the hospital where he later died. Just days ago, Jones's sister posted a photo of him with her child on Facebook, saying having him home was the best Christmas gift.
My heart is heavy. My heart is heavy for the family.
Teresa McKenzie and Terrence Evans live around the corner from the family's home and say they knew Jones from around the neighborhood.
This was an innocent little kid. I used to see the little kid going to the store back and forth. I gave him dollars and 50 cents, and it's just sad that he's gone right now.
The criminal complaint says after the shooting, Robinson told officers it was an accident and later said he should have got off me.
All this violence, and let's just come together.
The deadly shooting has neighbors, including this mom of three.
I want you to think about this, guys. Gangster here done already gave the police a statement. Press 1. Gangster. Trill, YN, Real One, Slime, Shooter. He done gave the police a statement, man. Already. He done already gave the police a statement. And I know y'all ain't shocked by that, but it's just, I just feel like it's worth noting. This nigga done gave a statement and shit. This nigga was in there talking, eating fucking McDonald's and shit. That nigga was in there eating McDonald's and shit. That nigga, they said that shit happened in the morning. This nigga had a hash brown and a McMuffin, an egg McMuffin, and a goddamn orange juice. He was in there chatting. He was in there chatting. He had some hot cakes, man. He did. Go ahead and give me the whole breakfast meal, man. Fuck that little, just give me the whole plate. I like McDonald's breakfast though, man. I ain't gonna lie. McDonald's breakfast, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, the big breakfast is just a goddamn McMuffin sandwich. I mean, a biscuit, a sausage and egg biscuit deconstructed with 2 pancakes. Press 1. The McDonald's big breakfast is simply egg McMuffin biscuit. I mean, sausage McMuffin biscuit deconstructed with 2 pancakes. I was looking at that shit one day. I don't know if I was high or whatever. I was like, oh shit. This shit ain't nothing but a goddamn. This shit ain't nothing but a deconstructed. Oh shit. I said, God damn it, man. Well, you know, in it with a hash brown. I said, God damn it. Ain't that a bitch? There go the biscuit. This is with the eggs and the sausage and the biscuit. And you already get a hash brown with the meal. If you buy the egg McMuffin biscuit, you get a hash brown with that. So all they did was take it apart and then throw us a couple pancakes and then charge you like twice as much and say it's the big breakfast. That ain't no fucking big breakfast. That's a goddamn deconstructed sausage and egg biscuit meal with a goddamn 2 fucking pancakes, 2 or 3 pancakes. Ain't that a bitch? Without the slice of cheese. Yeah, they take the cheese up. He said, make you poop at work. Ain't that a bitch? We get back to gangster. Mr. Chatbox. This nigga was in there chatting, man. He was in the police station chatting. He was in that motherfucker making a rap album.
50 cents and it's just sad that he's gone right now.
The criminal complaint says after the shooting, Robinson told officers it was an accident and later said he should have got off me.
All this violence. Yes. And let's just come together.
The deadly shooting has neighbors, including this mom of 3, calling for peace.
Stop the violence. Stop the violence with the kids, you know. If you got a problem, you know, try to walk away sometime. Every fight don't have to be your fight.
Police charged Robinson with second-degree murder. They say
She nice too. She nice, man.
they found a handgun and 1 shell casing at the scene. We're live outside the Palm.
Well, he only shot once, so that does
Police
credence to the fact that it was a mistake. It was a mistake. I had not wanted that he killed him. I had not wanted to have killed him.
The Orange County Sheriff's Office is investigating.
We 4 for 4 out this motherfucker with the news anchors, man, and the reporters, man. All the news anchors and reporters are nice tonight, man. That's what's up, man. Shout out to Salute, man. Make sure you hit the like button, man. Smash. Put 50 on it. Put 20 on it. Put 10 on it. Make a contribution to the end of the year, man. Put 5 on it. Whatever you're going to put on it, put it on it now, man. Support the channel, man. Support the end of the year channel. Shout out to Ray Wall. He says, Merry Christmas to you and the fam. Shout out to Ray Wall, man. Ray Wall is always a big time contributor to the channel, man, throughout the years. You talking about the years, man. I don't know how many years Ray Wall been around. It has been about 8, maybe something like that. Throughout the years, man. I appreciate all y'all, man. You know, as the year comes to an end, man, I really do appreciate all you guys that have been supporting the channel, man. We publicly funded, man. We a publicly funded channel. We not sponsored by YouTube, man. We publicly funded, man. We publicly funded. Salute to this chick, man.
The Orange County Sheriff's Office is investigating the 3rd deadly shooting of a teenager within just the last week. Deputies identified the 16-year-old who was shot and killed last night as little Raylan Harrison.
West 2's Justin Shacker is live at the Sheriff's Office. And Justin, what more have you learned?
Notice all these little teens getting shot the last few days, man. All of them black. Everywhere, it's all different places. This is a different one. This is Orlando. Last one was Boynton Beach. The previous one was Fort Worth. This one is the one before that was Savannah. We had Savannah. We then had Fort Worth. We had Boynton Beach, and now we got Orlando. All in the last few days, teens getting shot and killed.
About the victim today.
Through social media, we found out that 16-year-old Lil Raylan Harrison was a local high school football player. Details about this shooting from the sheriff's office are still limited at this time, as their detectives are still within the first 24 hours of their investigation. An Orange County family and high school football team are mourning the loss of 16-year-old Lil Raylan Harrison. He played linebacker at Dr. Phillips High School, and he competed for an independent team called the Florida Bombers. We are deeply saddened by the sudden and tragic loss of one of our own Bombers, Raylan Harrison. The team posted on Facebook Monday morning. He will forever be remembered for his bold personality and love for the game of football. Please keep his family in your prayers during this devastating time. The Orange County Sheriff's Office responded Sunday night around 9 p.m. to a shooting on 26th Street near Rio Grande Avenue. The deputies found that Harrison had been shot. He was taken to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. Orange County Commissioner Mike Scott posted on Facebook that he was with the family late last night in the hospital. He wrote, "Hold those you love tight as we start this new year. If you have school-age children, ask questions. Be nosy, meet their friends. We're not promised any time, so be grateful." And the Orange County Sheriff's Office says detectives are still trying to identify a suspect from this shooting. Anyone with information to help their investigation is urged to call Crime Line with tips. Covering Orange County Live at the Sheriff's Office, I'm Justin Sheck.
Yeah, salute to my man Roger Wood, man. Roger Wood up to no good, man. He said contributions to the next Mickey D's breakfast. You know what? Thank you, man, but you know what? I'm trying to stay away from them joints, man. I think I'll put this on something else, man. I think I'll let me see. Let me see. Maybe some Taco Bell one day, man, when I get the itch, man. Maybe some Taco Bell one day, man. Or some Chipotle, man. Try to stay away from Mickey D's, man, unless I got to, man. Mickey D's is like a last resort, man. Right now, I used to eat Mickey D's all the time. Now it's a last resort. Them fries be good though, man. I ain't gonna lie, them fries. I might buy some fries with that drink, man. Salute to you, Roger. I might get some fries. Them fries be banging. Them Mickey D's fries, man. Nobody does it like Mickey D's, man. Good God Almighty. The best fries in the business, man. Damn. All these fucking kids getting killed, man. Fuck. Let's see if we can get more. Let's see if we can get more.
Now to a news alert. It's been a deadly holiday stretch across Central Florida. 4 teenagers shot and killed in less than a week.
Think about that. Think about that. Central Florida, 4 teenagers shot and killed in less than a week. And every last one of them was a black. Think about it. That's just the teenagers. This ain't all the people shot and killed. This is just the teens. You know what I mean? Who ain't supposed to have guns. They're not legal. I don't think they can legally carry guns at that age. Wow.
Since Christmas Eve, a 13-year-old and 3 17-year-olds all killed in separate shootings. And today we've learned the latest victim was a football player at Dr. Phillips. 17-year-old Lil Raylan Harrison was shot and killed last night in Orlando. Fox 35's Chris Lindsay is live in Orange County now. And Chris, you spoke to the team's former coach.
And as you can imagine, he's devastated. He's been working with and mentoring Harrison for almost a decade. Now, out of nowhere, he joins loved ones, classmates, and teammates mourning his loss.
17-year-old Lil Raylan Harrison was a playmaker on the football field.
Quarterback pitched him the ball. He took it, and he did what he knew what to do.
His coach at Dr. Phillips High School, Boris Jackson, says as great of a player as he was an even better person.
He was a good kid. I just saw him on Saturday, and I embraced him with a hug. I say, boy, I love you, boy. He said, Coach Bojack, I love you too, man.
Jackson at a loss for words after learning Harrison was shot and killed in an Orlando neighborhood Sunday night.
When I got the text message this morning, I was like, it's unbelievable.
Jackson met Harrison when he was just 8 years old, mentoring him, training him, and watching him grow.
Always had a bubbly personality, very peaceful spirit.
Leading up to his junior year at Dr. Phillips, where he played linebacker, and on this play, running back.
Our offensive coordinator just randomly look, I need a running back. And he said, Coach, I'll do it.
As Orange County detectives continue to look into the tragic shooting, his high school community.
We have a lot of students right now that's going to struggle with this loss.
And beyond are heartbroken.
Wow.
As of now, no suspects have been named. However, if you have any information that can help, you should reach out to the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Reporting live in Orlando, Chris Lindsay, Fox 35 News.
Wow. Unbelievable. Shit. Jeez. let's break the monotony, man. Let's get into some white people problems, man. Shout out to my man, Sam I am. Yes, you are, Sam. Salute to you, man. Let's get into some white people problems. White people problems. Press 1, man.
Welcome back to CBS News 24/7. Have you ever had a guest that just wouldn't get the hint, wouldn't leave? That's the plight of a Southern California man. But in this case, it's not who's in the house, it's what's under the house. Ken Johnson has been living with a burly 550-pound bear under his house since November. There's the bear. He says the state is no longer helping to get the bear out. CBS spoke exclusively with this guy, and his plight is very clear.
Does this kind of feel Home Alone-ish? Like you're
Yeah, I never thought of that. I always think of Coyote Roadrunner.
So let's continue following this. Live in Altadena, California is none other than CBS News correspondent Carter Evans. Okay, so Carter, first of all, are you safe? Where the hell is that bear?
So I want to set the scene. I mean, this is just a regular neighborhood, right? I mean, I'm on a sidewalk. There are lots of homes here. This is Altadena where the fire was, but these homes did not burn. This is Ken Johnson's home. This is where he lives with that giant black bear under his house. This thing is over 500 pounds, and I kind of want to give you a better idea of where it is because it's not right in front there. You see he's got the side of the house blocked off with the garbage can there. There is a crawl space. Many people have them on their houses here where you can get underneath the house. These are raised foundation houses. And that bear broke into the crawl space, and it's been inside there for more than a month now. He's tried to get it out. He's got cameras set up. It does come out from time to time. But one of the reasons he's got it blocked off there, and I talked to him this morning about it, he doesn't want anybody back there because apparently when the bear smells that people are around, it doesn't want to come out. So he doesn't want anyone around. He wants to give that bear every opportunity to get out from under his house.
Okay, so what are the plans then to get the bear out?
Okay, so he's contacted the Department of Fish and Wildlife here in California, and they set up a bear trap out here a few weeks ago, and it worked. He caught a bear. Just not the bear that was living under his house. He caught an entirely different bear. So he's still got this bear under his house. And he says every night he can hear it rustling around in there, tearing up plastic. And he's just wondering, like, what day is this giant bear going to break up through the floor of his house? He is very angry now at this point because he feels like he can't do what he needs to do to get the bear out from under the house. Now, I've contacted the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. They say they are still actively working with Mr. Johnson here to get the bear out. They're saying what he really needs to do is be on the ball and close the area off when the bear comes out, because it does come out from time to time. But for example, the last time it came out, he told me he has a camera. It was at 4 a.m. on Christmas morning, and he missed it. And by the time he noticed it, the bear was back underneath his house. Oh, and by the way, it broke a gas pipe, so he had to turn off his gas to the house. So no heat and no hot water. And the bear is nice and warm and cozy under the house.
Well, and the last I checked, Carter, there's not like a specialty in the law when you go through maybe the yellow pages and look for somebody who represents you if you've got a bear under your house. Can he take legal action? Not against the bear.
So that's a question I've asked the California. Yes, right, exactly. Yes, the bear is a squatter at this point. Might soon have squatters' rights. So who would you sue in that case? But no, it's the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. That's who he is frustrated with. He thinks it's their responsibility. They've come over here and told him what he can and can't do with the bear. And I asked him, I said, are you concerned that if there are things that you might do to try and scare the bear that you might get in trouble? And he said, that's just it. He said, I don't know what my rights are. I don't know what I can legally do myself to get this bear out from underneath the home. All he can do right now is monitor the cameras, try and be there if the bear comes out again, and seal off that crawl space somehow.
Carter, I don't want to interrupt you, but you might want to look behind you. Quick, look. I'm kidding.
Oh my God, you got me for a second, because I was thinking, like, wouldn't that be great if the bear came out while we were doing this live shot right now? But no such luck.
It wouldn't be great. It wouldn't be great. We like you on TV.
and not in the jaws of a bear. Okay, we feel bad for the homeowner.
One of us would run off and close off the crawl space.
That's right. Well, Carter, it's great to talk to you. You've worked so hard this year in Altadena. Our best to all of the people who are still recovering after the fires. Thanks for bringing a little lightness to what's been a really difficult year there in Altadena. Carter Evans, thank you so much.
Wow. White people problems, man. White people problems, man. Y'all got different issues than us, man.
Hello, I'm HHS Deputy Secretary Jim O'Neill. I'm here with Assistant Secretary Alex Adams. Alex oversees the Administration for Children and Families. Intrepid journalists have made shocking and credible allegations of extensive fraud in Minnesota's child care programs. We believe the state of Minnesota has allowed scammers and fake daycares to siphon millions of taxpayer dollars over the past decade.
My office, ACF, provides Minnesota $185 million in child care funds each year. That money should be helping 19,000 American children, including toddlers and infants. Any dollar stolen by fraudsters is stolen from those children. Yesterday, I spoke directly with the director of the Minnesota Child Care Services Office. She could not tell me with confidence whether those allegations of fraud are isolated or whether there's fraud stretching statewide.
Today, we have taken 3 direct actions against the blatant fraud that seems to be rampant in Minnesota. First, I have activated our Defend the Spend system for all ACF child care payments across America. Starting today, we require a justification, receipt, or photo evidence before we make a payment. Second, I've just signed and sent a demand letter to Governor Walz. I required a full 360 review of these centers. This includes attendance records, licenses, complaints, investigations, and inspections.
And third, we've launched a dedicated fraud reporting hotline and email address at childcare.gov. Whether you're...
So wait a second, they're going to let Tim Walz investigate himself? Think about this, man. They're going to put Tim Walz in charge of the investigation. I'm sure he's going to come back and be like, hey, man, we looked, man. We didn't find anything. Everything seems to be on the up and up. I know they're not that stupid. They can't be that fucking stupid.
Starting today, we require a justification, receipt, or photo evidence before we make a payment. Second, I've just signed and sent a demand letter to Governor Walz. I required a full 360 review of these centers. This includes attendance records, licenses, complaints, investigations, and inspections.
And third, we've launched a dedicated fraud reporting hotline and email address at childcare.gov. Whether you're a parent, a provider, a member of the public, we want to hear from you. Let me be crystal clear. ACF expects every state to uphold the highest standards of oversight, monitoring, and accountability for federal dollars. Minnesota is no exception.
We're committed to holding bad actors accountable. Regardless of rank or office, anyone who's involved in perpetrating this fraud against the American people should expect to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Boy. So we got to talk about some fascinating developments coming out of HHS, the Department of Health and Human Services, as they have announced that they are going to halt all child care payments to Minnesota amid fraud allegations. Now, I want to talk about this because the Trump administration is facing a whole lot of pressure to do something, and to do something now about the rampant fraud that is happening in Minneapolis, Minnesota, specifically involving the Somali community, with our tax dollars.
As we speak, our Homeland Security investigators, hundreds are on the ground. They're knocking doors. They're going to local businesses. They're going to these sites where we believe that there is rampant fraud, whether it be daycare centers, healthcare centers, or other organizations that take taxpayer dollars. Our Homeland Security investigators on the ground are also seeing that these suspected perpetrators are really trying to cover their tracks. They're trying to whitewash the operational facts on the ground, purporting to be a legitimate business, have legitimate business operations, when it's all a fugazi.
The Leering Center. The Leering Center, man. The Quality Leering Center. I wonder how long that shit was up there when it said Leering. Because look, they changed it to Learning. But I wonder how long it was up there as Leering. Like a year, a month, 10 years. How long was that just up there, Leering Center? And no one ever said, wait a second, man. What's going on in that place, man? They can't even spell leering. How much leering could be going on in there? How much learning could be going on there? They need to buy a consonant.
So we're going to continue to ask those questions. We're learning more and more, especially with the FBI and our DOJ partners on the ground.
Well, a lot of this comes through Health and Human Services. And look, I understand that the assistant, whatever title he was, said, oh, they're taking immediate action. But to be honest with you, Tricia, this has been going on for years. To say they've taken immediate action, that probably should have happened a year ago. This doesn't flow through Homeland Security. It flows through Health and Human Services. But ultimately, it is the responsibility of the governor and the state of Minnesota. But to say they took immediate actions, with all due respect, these reports go back almost 10 years.
No, you're absolutely right, Jason. Either they're culpable or they buried their head in the sand. But fortunately, President Trump, Secretary Noem, and the entire administration, this is an all-hands-on-deck operation. You saw HHS freezing that funding, SBA freezing that funding, FBI's on the ground. We've surged hundreds of officers from Homeland Security investigations. But if you rewind even a month, we saw that this problem was happening. We've arrested more than 500 criminal illegal aliens off of the streets of Minneapolis alone. We have a wide-scale investigation into immigration fraud with our USCIS partners. So the Trump administration is not resting on our laurels. We will get answers and accountability for the American people.
Okay, taxpayers are pissed. We are furious over the fact that you have a group of individuals who have taken advantage of the system to the point where they have robbed taxpayers of upwards of $9+ billion. Okay, we get up and we work hard every single day to feed our families, to make an honest living. And you have people who, again, are from an immigrant community that come over here to this country, and now they're receiving our tax dollars and using it for fraudulent purposes. And on top of that, some of that money is being funneled back to terrorists in Somalia. Yeah,
I'm jealous, man. I wish I would have thought of this, man. Press one.
A lot of people upset about this. This is the #1 story in the country, regardless of the fact that the mainstream liberal media, they don't want to talk about it at all. But it is so bad that even liberals who are currently melting down over the Trump administration taking action against the Somali.
He said black conservative perspective lied, man. He said black people work. Man, black people work hard, man. What you talking about, man? That's a myth, man. Black people do work hard, man. We work hard, man. What you talking about, man? We kill a lot of people. And we got a lot of shiftless Negroes, but it's a lot of black men that wake up in the morning and work hard, man. A lot of brothers work hard. I can't vibe with you on that one, man. We work hard, bro. Whoever said that in the chat. We work hard, man. I work hard every day, man. I got 2 channels, man. 2 YouTube channels. I'm working on an album. I just dropped the song. The song is doing very well too. My My song Awfully Naughty is doing very well. I mean, you know, it's doing conservatively well considering I dropped it late in the Christmas season. I wonder how it's going to do next year around Christmas time. That's what I really can't wait to see, because it'll have the whole Christmas season. It'll be out the whole Christmas season, you know. But yeah, my song's doing very well, man, on Spotify, man. Very well on Spotify. YouTube is, you know, doing, it gets, you know, ain't doing too well on YouTube, but on Spotify, my song's doing very well. So yeah, I'm working on some other songs too, man. I'm working on an album. I got 2 YouTube channels, man. I won't stand for anybody to say black men don't work hard, man. You know, we do kill a lot of people. We'll kill your ass now. Don't get me wrong. We will kill your ass, and we will steal from you too. We work hard, goddamn it.
Community, even they are acknowledging that, hey, it might be over for Tim Sugarwalls, right? Tim Sugarwalls might be done. He may not be able to run for re-election because of how bad this scandal has gotten. Take a look.
The Trump administration, in a tweet, told the state of Minnesota that they are freezing all of the funds that they send for childcare. They're freezing childcare funds to Minnesota all over a viral video that has no support and no factual evidence. And not only that, every state in the United States will now have to justify and submit a photo or evidence for money to be sent to those states for the administration of children and family funds. Yeah, dude ends it with being like, hey, by the way, all of the daycares in that viral video, you need to investigate them. You need to provide evidence that they are legitimate daycares operating. And we want it now. Otherwise, we're not unfreezing your funds. Like, this is just the problem, though, now is that this is what people believe, and not just people in Minnesota, right? They think the fraud is right.
How does she know that it's not, though? Like, the only thing she knows is that it's brown people from brown immigrants doing it. Other than that, this bitch doesn't know a thing about what's going on in those Somali daycare centers. I told you what's going on Twitter earlier today, man. If you follow me on Twitter, I'm Ock Nation on Twitter too. I told you what's going on in those daycare centers, why they can't, why they're not really businesses, they're not really daycare centers. Okay, I told you what was going on in there earlier. You know, okay, I made it clear to you guys especially what, because I mean, think about it, man. Let's be honest, man. Let's be honest. Those places are not daycare centers, right? They're just okay, so take the 2 things they specialize in, right? Take the two businesses they specialize in, right? I'm gonna break it down for you. I'm gonna blow your mind here, right? Because you know I know about this, man. It's African shit, right? Right, this is African shit, right? This is why you don't want these people in your country, right? This is why when you import the third world, you get the third world. Here's what's happening here, right? So they got healthcare clinics and they have daycare centers, right? And nobody's in there, right? What I wrote earlier today is my hypothesis is Black Columbo of what's going on in those daycare centers, right? So This is what I wrote. What Nick Shirley doesn't understand about Somali daycare centers and health clinics is this. 99% of little Somali girls are forced to undergo the barbaric FGM custom. Everybody know what FGM is, female genital mutilation? That right there would be considered child abuse. You can't go to a hospital and get that done, right? No doctor, no clinic you can bring your little girl to no clinic and doctor and say, hey, I want you to remove her genitalia. Okay? No clinic is going to do that. Right? Think about it. 99% of Somali women have that. It's across the board, right? No doctor is going to perform that surgery in America. That's not our thing. We don't do that here. We don't generally mutilate our little girls, right? Where do you think they perform these surgeries? Where do you think they care for the girls? Because those girls have special needs. Those girls can't go to a normal gynecologist. The gynecologist is going to look underneath like, what the fuck? An American gynecologist is going to look under it, they're going to put the little things up, the little feet things up and say, kick your legs up and look underneath it. What the fuck? Okay? So they have to have special care for those types of, for women who have that, right? Where do you think they go? In these healthcare clinics that people think are fraudulent healthcare clinics? A lot of those clinics are not fraudulent healthcare clinics. They're real. 99%, which means all of the Somalian women you see every day have had this done to them. Okay? When they were little girls. 99%. And that's not my number. That's the World Organization, whatever that organization is that tracks that shit, right? These people this is what's going on. It's not, those daycare centers, don't get me wrong, I believe fraud is going on. But I believe if anything, it's still a building. It's still a big building. It's still a building. It's still something going on in there, right? It's not daycare, right? We can all agree that it's not daycare, right? I believe in a lot of those buildings, what's going on is they're performing these surgeries and they're on these little girls, and these girls need special care throughout their life because you can't send your little girls to a gynecologist if she had that done. The gynecologist will go, what the fuck? They might arrest, they might be like, yo, who the fuck did this to you? Press 1. The gynecologist will be like, who did this to you? We're gonna arrest you. We're gonna arrest them. Whoever did this to you, we're gonna arrest them. You know what I mean? So they can't go to normal doctors, normal OBGYNs. They can't go there. You know what I mean? They really can't even go have their babies delivered because, trust me, I've seen 2 babies delivered. I've been in there for 2 babies delivered. And one thing they're gonna do is go inside here. Your wife is going to be. They're gonna see if she dilated. They're gonna stick all types of stuff up in there. They're gonna you gonna watch your wife get molested. Nurse gonna come in there. Nurse gonna be fingering your wife and shit. You know what I'm saying? When you know what I'm saying? When it comes down to time to have a baby, your wife's shit just on blast to the whole staff. Her shit just on blast, okay? Yeah, this is what Nick Shirley don't understand. That's why I'm saying Nick Shirley, he's only cracking the surface. He's not really trying to Nick Shirley's not really trying to And shout out to Barry B. Barry B is in the building. Nick Shirley is not really trying to go too deep. He's trying to, because who wants to talk about this stuff? Tell the truth. Even me talking about it right now, I don't want to talk about it. That's some nasty shit, right? Press 1. That shit is some disgusting shit, right? It's some horrifying, barbaric shit, right? It's some old third world barbaric, like Stone Age shit, right? Nobody really want to talk about that. And I think Nick Shirley don't want to really talk about that, right? But I'm telling you, that's what's going on in those places. If 99% of Somali women have that done to them, where are they doing these surgeries? They're not doing them in clinic. They're not doing them in a hospital. Where are they doing them? Where are they doing them? If 99% of Somali little girls have this done to them, where are they doing them? Huh? In those buildings that and yes, they're using them for fraud. They're getting checks saying it's a daycare center. Yes, I got you. I'm not saying that they're not getting checks from the government saying it's a daycare center. They're not frauding the government with these buildings, these fake healthcare centers and these fake, but they are using them for that. That's what I hypothesize is Black Colombo. Because where the hell are they doing this? Where can you take your daughter to? What doctor can you say, hey, doc, man, I need you to cut off my kid's genitalia? Press 1. Where can they take their kids to have that done? And then after they do that, where can they take the kid to where the doctor's not going to be like, what the fuck? And get on the line and call 911. Immediately, where the doctor's not going to immediately get on the line and call 911 and be like, yo, I got this kid here and somebody done did some crazy shit to this kid. Press 1. You say at home? Yeah, I believe they could do it at home. But I also think that, they do it there too. I believe they could do it at home, but I think they do it in those places because it's America. I don't think you want to do that. And it's so much screaming and yelling. And it's so loud, right? Because you know what I mean. It's such a brutal thing that it's so much screaming and yelling. I don't think you would want to do that at home. You got neighbors and shit. You might live in an apartment. You might live in a duplex. Somebody might call the police. But I think in the basements of these buildings, I think they might do that stuff right there, man. This is where I'm. Yeah, I mean, they hold them down. Nobody lets you do that to them, man. Think about if I told you I'm gonna cut your wood off. And I was like, all right, lay there while I cut your wood off with a knife. You're not gonna lay there. You're gonna squirm, man. you gonna resist, man. It's just natural. It's instinct. So they get all the big mommies in the fucking community. It'd be a bunch of women women do it. The women do it to each other usually, or they have a man do it, but the women will hold a girl down because you got to think all of them had it done, so they're not gonna be letting somebody. Women are jealous, right? So they're not gonna let somebody be running around. They can't enjoy sex, so they're not gonna let somebody else just be enjoying sex. All of them have been forbidden from enjoying sex. Yeah, they use anything, depending on where they're at. Like in some backwood in Somalia, like where they're real poor and shit, they use anything. The lid of a tin can, they'll use anything. But I'm sure in America they've kind of come a little bit further. as a people and shit, but they still do it. It's still all of them still have it, like every one of them. Like you'll never see a Somali woman who hasn't had this done, right? Ilhan Omar, all of them, they had it done, right? Where would you do this at? You do it in your house, all that screaming and yelling, your neighbors might call the police on you. You know what I mean? This is what I think is going on in these places, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. Just from knowing about how it is in Africa and a lot of African countries. Africa is the only place where they still do this. You know what I'm saying? And in the Middle East, Africa and the Middle East is the only place where they still do this, right? No place else really does this, right? Indonesia, they do it because that's Muslim too. But this is something that America ain't ready for. America really don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of how barbaric and how backwards these people are. Like these people from a time capsule. These people are not like, oh, they're just like us, except they're from a different. No, these people are nothing like. I think America just don't understand how different these people are, right? America's not ready. Shout out to S Freak, man. S Freak is in the building, man. I'm sure S Freak has some good information on this stuff too. S Freak's one of our top researchers, man. Shout out to S Freak. He's provided a lot of research to this channel this year, man. A lot of great groundbreaking information, especially on lynchings and things like that this year, man. Salute to S Freak. But yeah, no anesthesia, nothing. Yeah, it's tradition. It's tradition to do it with no anesthesia. Anesthesia is that's the thing about it. They don't do it. They do it with no anesthesia. These are barbarians, right? You could understand doing it with no anesthesia back in the old days, right? But now you an American, you got anesthesia, and they still don't do anesthesia because that's tradition. It's tradition to not use anesthesia, right? So we talking about barbarians, right? So this fraud shit right here is just, they don't look at fraud the same way we look at fraud, right? Because they don't look at that the same way we look at that. Press 1. If they look at that as being normal, how could they understand fraud and stealing the same way we do? They're just they're just from another time. They're from another time. You know what I mean? They're from another galaxy as far as, human, and I get it, humans throughout the years have been very primitive, right? The white man was very primitive. The white man was primitive at a time, The white man used to have galley slaves rowing the ships. All the ships had galley slaves. The white man used to fucking throw shit out the window. They would have a carriage spot and they would throw the shit out the window into the street below. And the streets would be flowing with shit. The white man had primitive ways and shit. You know what I mean? Different shit, But the world has moved into civilization, and these people, they haven't moved. They've stayed the same. They've refused to move into the new world with everyone else. That's the difference. China, they had the foot binding. Press 1 if you know about the foot binding that the Chinese did with their women, binding their feet. They liked their women with small feet, so when they were real small, they would bind their feet so that their feet would stay small. But the foot, of course, is going to grow, so the foot just grows inside of the binds and it crushes the bones and da 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 da. So, but they stopped doing that. Chinese, Asian cultures stopped doing that. They stepped into the new world. They stepped into the new world. You know what I mean? Like those women with those long necks. You ever seen the women with the rings around their necks, that tribe? A lot of these tribes did bad stuff, but they've all stepped into the new world. Like you can't hold people to things that their ancestors did unless you're white. Only people that can be blamed for stuff their ancestors did is white people, right? But they refuse to step into the new world. They still fucking pirates over there. Think about Somali. They're still pirates. Arr, matey. They still pirates over there. The only pirates left in the fucking world are over there. They're like a time capsule. The Somali race is like a time capsule. Yes, I said the Somali race because they're not the same as blacks. They're not the same as West African blacks that make up that spawned African American. They're still pirates. They still do piracy. They're still pirates. He said they still do the rings on the neck. Yeah, but there's ones that have been civilized that don't do it. Somali, all of the Somali, 99% of the Somali women have this done. There's nowhere where Somalis don't do this. Like that neck ring is people in the cities that don't do that. People from them tribes that come that have been like that moved to cities and shit, they don't do that. You don't see no woman from that tribe walking around New York with a goddamn bunch of rings on her neck. Press 1. You don't see no woman. Man. Listen, man. These people right here, you don't see them. When they come to America, you don't see their women walking around like this, man. Okay? Let's stop the bullshit, man. Stop the bullshit. Stop the bullshit. Okay? Stop the bullshit. This is in Myanmar. They do this in Myanmar. Okay? Burma, whatever they want to call it, Myanmar, Burma. When these people come to America, they don't do this shit. Because if you the husband gonna get arrested and shit. Okay? To think about the stuff American women complain about. Press 1. Think about the stuff American women complain about. And I'm not talking about immigrants. I'm talking about American women born in America to American parents. Think about the stuff they accuse. Think about how they're always complaining about us and calling us misogynists and calling us the man or the bear. I'll take the bear. Remember that thing? The bear or the man? What about a Somali man or a bear? Which one would you take? I bet you'll take the bear over a Somali man too, wouldn't you? Yeah, no, I do know that they take them overseas and do, but everybody can't afford to go back, though. Everybody can't afford to go back. I got you. I understand that. That's a great point. They do take them overseas and do it. You're right. You're 100% right. They do that. But listen, how do you care for, all right, let's say they take the one overseas. Who's that just said that? My man right here. Where he at? Jam. When they bring them back, right? They take the little girl overseas and they do that, right? When they bring the little girl back, can they take her to the clinic? Can they take her to Johnson's clinic that everybody else in the city go to? Please answer the question. Can they take her down to Kaiser Permanente where everybody else go to for a checkup after they done did that? Can they still take them to fucking Dr. Stevenson for a checkup? I'm just asking, man. Exactly. And that's what they're doing in those healthcare centers. That those fraudulent health. I'm not saying they're not committing fraud. Yes, they're committing fraud. But in those buildings, they're also providing a service to their community. That only their community has special needs. Think about it. If all the women have that, those women have, think about how much problems women have, right? Regular women that don't have that done. Think about how much problems they have down there. Discharges and all that shit and yeast and all that shit that women have. Natural shit that women have, right? Women got to get this stuff checked out all the time, right? Even when it's just intact, right? Imagine the issues that those women have, right? Right? Imagine the issues those women have. And all of them have it. So that, and we don't know how many of them are here. The numbers of how many of them are here is you don't know. So they need a lot of buildings to service those people. Think about that. You need a lot of buildings to service those people. They're still alive. They still need health care. And if you send them to Dr. Johnson gonna get on the phone and call the police on you. Especially if you bring a little kid there. Especially if you bring a little girl. Especially if you bring a little girl. Dr. Johnson is like, I think it's part of their oath, right? Don't the doctors have to like call CPS or something? They got an oath or some shit. What is that thing where reporters? They're reporters. They're I forgot the name of it. When you're a person like a teacher or somebody, you have to report child abuse. What are those people called? What are those people called? Not the Hippocratic Oath. It's like if mandated reporter. Yeah, hot stuff. Shout out to you. Yeah, so they got all types of issues, right? All types of issues, right? Right? All types of issues, right? All types of issues that I'm not going to pretend to understand, right? I'm not going to pretend to understand what they go through because I only know that is done and that is barbaric and it's just it need to be stopped, right? Or here's the thing, we shouldn't allow it to be done here. If I can't spank my kids, you can't do that to your kid. Think about the privilege, right? Think about the privilege they have too, right? Think about the privilege the Somalis have, right? You as an American, if you spank your kid, you can go to jail. They get to do this to their little girls and nothing happens to them. But if you spank your kid, I mean, give them pow-pows on their butt, you can go to jail. They have a great immense privilege with this too. This is immense privilege. This is more privilege than even the fraud stuff because you can't even spank your kid. You can't even spank your kid. If you American citizen and you spank your kid and they go to CPS, you can go to prison. I mean, you can go to jail. And I hear you when you say, yeah, and man, we cooking tonight, man. Support the channel, man. I will tell you one thing: nobody's taking it here. Press 1. Support the channel, man. Put 50, put 100 on it. Sponsor the show. I promise you, okay? When I say I promise you, I mean I promise you nobody's talking about this. Nobody's talking about this angle of it. Only Black Columbo, man. Only Black Columbo is talking about this, man. That's why you guys come here, because y'all know. Only Black Columbo. It's the underground, man. This ain't even YouTube. This is the underground. It's the underground of the internet, man. No one. You be like, yeah, no, I know some. No one. Now, you may see some people in the future coming with this angle like, damn, you know what? But up until now, you haven't met nobody. You haven't seen nobody that because you got to remember, they not like us. A lot of times when you see stuff happening, there's a reason it's happening, right? When you go to a neighborhood and there's nobody outside, nobody has bikes on the porch, right? You go to a white neighborhood, like you come to my neighborhood, right? Not even my neighborhood, but my city, let's say 10 years ago. People leave bikes on the porch. They leave their lawnmower on the porch. They leave motherfucking all types of toys and shit on the porch because nobody's going to steal your shit. Come to now, people don't leave shit on the porch no much. People used to leave them Mockingbird strollers on the porch. Anybody know what a Mockingbird stroller is? They like $600-700. Even some of them $1,000. They the strollers, the titanium steel, the big ones. When I first started coming to this town, when it was all white, people used to leave them on the porch. Because you gotta fold it down, you gotta lug it in the house. People just leave this shit on the porch. Now, shit. Now that we here, so when you see certain things, you may say, oh, I don't understand why that's the way it is. There's a reason. Everything, there's a reason, right? You say, damn, why I don't see Mockingbird strollers on people's porches? Why I don't see people just leaving their lawnmower out their front yard after they mow their lawn? Why I don't see people, just leaving their tools on the on the front porch? You think, oh man, I guess they just change. No, it's a reason. There's a reason. So that's what I'm saying. Even though they got these fraudulent healthcare centers and these fraudulent daycare centers, do the math. Daycare, children, the girls get it done when they're children. Healthcare, they can't go to a regular healthcare place. Daycare, healthcare, press 1. Daycare, healthcare. That's when I first thought. I said, damn, wait a second. So they fraud in daycare and healthcare. He said, yeah, man. Listen, man. Sponsor the show, man. You definitely ain't in this nowhere. You can't, you ain't in it nowhere, man. Nowhere. Salute the Deluxe 247, aka Calvary. aka the real MVP, coming through once again. Yeah, 2 things they didn't have back home. Yeah, they don't have daycare centers back home. Well, 3 things. They don't have welfare. I know their government ain't giving you no money to sit around the house. Their government can't barely fucking fix a pothole. Their government can't fix a pothole. So I mean, they don't have welfare. All these, none of this stuff do they have in their home country. Daycare, healthcare. They don't have that shit. Welfare, daycare, healthcare, welfare, that rhymes, don't it? Yeah, man. Let's get back to this shit, man. Let's see. Where we at, man? God damn. I'm telling you, man. Now, this white woman, she doesn't know a thing about. This white woman doesn't know anything about anything. This white woman is dumb as a box of rocks. Okay. She has no clue how good she has it. She thinks that she's being oppressed in America. Press 1. This white woman here, this liberal white woman, thinks that American men are the worst men on the planet. We're the most oppressive men on the planet. And she'll scream it at the highest mountain. And she'll tell everybody she knows. And if she goes to another country and strikes up a conversation with somebody, she'll talk shit about American men. But she don't know how good she got it. She don't know how good she got it. She would kill herself if she had to go through that. Press 1. If you told her, yeah, tomorrow we're gonna FGM you, we're gonna gently mutilate you tomorrow, she would kill herself. Press 1. She would kill herself. This woman would kill herself, or she would run. She would run away. She would be on the first thing smoking, or she would kill herself. Press 1. All right. All they do is talk shit about American men. They don't know how good they got it, man. We the best men on the planet. We the best men on the planet, man. Shout out to Jimmy Fields, man. Jimmy Fields definitely gonna be on the ballot tomorrow. Make sure you tune up tomorrow, man. Tomorrow we voting for the panelists of the year. You guys are voting for the panelists of the year. You guys are going to decide. It's going to be a vote. You guys are going to decide. All right, see you later, SJM, man.
In a tweet, told the state of Minnesota that they are freezing all of the funds that they send for childcare. They're freezing childcare funds to Minnesota all over a viral video that has no support and no factual evidence. And not only that, every state in the United States will now have to justify and submit a photo or evidence for money to be sent to those states for the administration of children and family funds. Yeah. Dude ends it with being like, hey, by the way, all of the daycares in that viral video, you need to investigate them. You need to provide evidence that they are legitimate daycares operating. And we want it now. Otherwise, we're not unfreezing your funds. Like, this is just... The problem, though, now is that this is what people believe, and not just people in Minnesota, right? They think the fraud is rampant. I mean, I've had so many people contact me, like friends that don't know that I do this. Like, what's going on in Minnesota? Like, what are they talking about with all this fraud? Can you like clear the air? Which now I'm like, there's no way Tim Walz can run for governor. And I know people are going to be like, what? Mm-mm. The DFL is going to have to make some really, really tough decisions in the next couple weeks. And they're going to have to find someone else to run because he's not going to win. Like this has gotten too far. It's too far gone. And people already didn't like Tim Walz. So he's going to have to drop. He's going to have to drop. This is how this administration harms Minnesota.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that.
What's up, Alexander Brown? What's your thoughts, man? Okay. You muted. You muted, man.
Now, again, liberals are furious about this, right? Because, again, they see the writing on the wall, right? They understand how bad this looks for Democrats, especially considering the fact that Kamala Harris picked Tim Walz to be her VP. That guy almost was the vice president of the United States of America, right? The same guy that has allowed all of this fraud, okay? And now they're saying, hey, it might be over for Tim Walz, okay? You have Brian Krasenstein here. He is on X, basically trying to fundraise for the chief leering officer, right, of the Equality Leering Center. He says, breaking, if anybody knows the name of the owner of this daycare, please contact me. I would like to start a GoFundMe, not only for the owner and the money lost, but for the legal costs for him and others to sue Nick Shirley for likely defamation, right? So again, this is what liberals are doing, right? They're basically out here trying to defend the alleged fraud. And that's where they're at this point, okay? Now, again, the reality here is that a lot of liberals probably won't care, right? They probably won't. And that's the thing about Democrats that I've started to understand is that they just don't give a damn. They just hate Trump, right? But there are some sane people who are upset about what is happening with our tax dollars.
So I'm just going to be real with you. Forgive me, but I just find this story so utterly infuriating. Think of all of the different ways that the American taxpayer was betrayed here by the Democrats who funneled billions of dollars to fake businesses and never once checked up to make sure they were legitimate, by the media that refused to cover it, by the immigrants themselves who were gifted by the generosity of the American people with the greatest privilege on earth, American citizenship, and then turned around and stole from us as thanks. It's so disgusting, but I think this is also a microcosm of a much bigger scam that the Democrats have been running for decades now, to where they welcomed in millions and millions of immigrants, both legal and illegal, who drove down the wages in America, especially for working class Americans, and drove up the cost of things like housing and healthcare and an education, the hallmarks of the American dream, making that totally out of reach for working class Americans. And then if those working class Americans had the temerity to object to their own disinheritance, rich Democrats would go on cable news and call them racists. It's so disgusting. The whole woke vocabulary was developed as a smokescreen for the mass fleecing of the American working class. And I think that is just a mirror image for what we're seeing with this Somali fraud and why people are so enraged about it, because they've been noticing this for so long and they were silenced if they called it out, and no more. I think that's what we're seeing right now in this moment.
Yeah, no more is correct, right? No more is correct. That is how the American people feel. And the Trump administration, at least as of right now, they're saying no more child care payments to Minnesota amid the fraud allegations. And this should have happened a long time ago, because despite the fact that there were prosecutions, right? So one rebuttal that liberals say, well, there have been people that have been prosecuted. That doesn't mean that they ignored the problem. They did do something about it. All of these people have been prosecuted. Yeah, sure. They prosecuted a few people, a few individuals, sure. But this is a systemic issue that required a systemic response in which all of it should have been shut down. All of it should have been stripped, right? And this whole thing should have been dismantled. And clearly, a lot of it is still going on, okay? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
The FBI says investigators are now exploring nationwide fraud schemes involving taxpayer money. Good evening, I'm Mary Nom.
And I'm Preston Phillips. Tonight, we're following the claims of widespread fraud in the state of Minnesota, from daycare centers to healthcare facilities. One social media influencer's video is raising questions about Somali-run businesses and taxpayer dollars. Just this afternoon, the Department of Health and Human Services posted this video to X and announced it's freezing all child care payments to the state of Minnesota.
I have activated our Defend the Spend system for all ACF child care payments across America. Starting today, we require a justification, receipt, or photo evidence before we make a payment.
And tonight we have
I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I don't think that's enough, right? I mean, obviously, there should be more charges and prosecutions, including prominent Democrats. But in regards to the payments, I don't think that providing photo evidence is enough. I really don't. I think the whole thing should be shut down. I don't think that we should be subsidizing childcare, right? I just don't.
What's up?
I think you're right.
What's
I
up?
think you're right.
What's going
You're
on?
right about the circumcision. No,
Okay.
nobody else has said that. I think you're right.
Yeah, let's sleep on it. I think you like you'll be like, damn, you know what? That makes a lot of sense, man. Because listen, these people they can't help it. Like, they're not like, I'm not trying to act like these people weren't born into this society. Like, these people didn't invent this stuff. These people were born into their society. They just keep it going and they refuse to change. And now they're bringing it to other nations. So that's what my problem. Like, I'm not saying, oh, these people invented this thing. Like, hey, they woke up one day, hey, we should start doing this. No, they were born and it just was going on in their country. But now they're bringing it to other countries.
There's something else about the funding. I don't know if you heard a bloke called Jay Smith. He's a Christian apologist. He was talking on his channel. He said that a lot of this money has gone to Kenya, building stuff out there.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm sure that the rabbit hole goes deep, man. What's up, S Freak? What's up,
How you doing, Ak?
What's up, Ak? How are you?
Great.
I'm I'm starting up a GoFundMe to help all the unfed kids in Minnesota that are now going to be unfunded for their unfeeding.
Wow.
You can donate to me, and I can make sure that it gets to the same place previous funding for non-feeding was going.
Wow.
Classic.
Wow.
Make sure they go to glider kids.
I think we're all Somalia right now,
Yeah.
We're all Somalian. I'm setting up a GoFundMe to show how Somalian I am.
Yeah, it's Somali. They I just learned that. I always thought it was Somali, and they say now it's Somali. I'm Somali.
Somalish.
But
yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
Go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you guys off while you're, but going off of what you said, whereas they were born into this society, they're aware of the modern world and how everything,
well,
but that's what I'm saying. At this point in time, just let me make this point. It's a choice. Some people and American sons make this point all the time. When we talk about their violence, well, you guys showed us how to do. You guys taught us how to be hateful and all that shit with all the lynching and the enslavement and all that shit. I'm like, we didn't teach you guys anything. You guys were doing that already.
Right.
You guys taught us to hate you with your behavior. Learning. That's what I'm saying. We also taught you how to do other shit like build roads and buildings and plumbing and all that other stuff. But the only lesson you learned is the violence. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. We didn't copy any of the written language.
And positive. Yeah, and whatever they do use, they just take it from the glider. They don't invent their own. But that's what I'm trying to say here is that whole thing is like they were born into that society. Well, how come they created that society and gliders created a different society?
Right.
You know, and going off of what you said, like, you know, what these fucking some words say all the time is like, well, you guys lived in caves and all that other shit, and you guys were throwing shit out the like that was hundreds of years ago. What were you guys doing hundreds of years ago?
Right.
You know what I mean? What are you guys doing now?
Exactly. No, you're 100% right. Because like however primitive y'all were 100 years ago, we were far more primitive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We weren't as primitive back then as you guys are today. Press 1.
That's true. Yeah. In a lot of ways. That's true. Yeah. In a lot of ways, that's true. Yeah, but it's in a lot of ways, that's true. We wow. But listen, I'm just sitting here thinking, like, okay, when you come from another country, like, it's certain shit America shouldn't allow you to bring with you. Like, you can bring yourself, yeah, like if you Muslim or something, we let you practice Islam, right? But it gotta be some things where, like, okay, like when you're doing shit that the locals can't do, like I said, you can't spank. You got a kid that's free.
No, I don't.
Okay, but you're gonna have a kid one
Jimmy
day,
Fields
right?
has kids.
We need white people. We need white guys. We need white African Nation kid guys to start doing it. But salute. As Jimmy Fields has kids. Jimmy Fields, you can't whip your kids and they go to school with welt marks on
Dude,
their
I wish I
leg.
had that black privilege to be able to whip my own kids. You know, that would be.
No, I'm talking about if they go to school with welts on their legs and bruises on them. You're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, there'll be police knocking on your door.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like we let these people come over here with all that barbaric shit, and they don't, and we still can't spank our kids, and our kids are like, one thing by removing spanking from the American
toolbox, disciplinary toolbox
from parents, yeah, from the disciplinary toolbox. It's created, a generation of just awful human beings. But these motherfuckers get to do that shit, and we can't spank our kids.
I mean,
that shit is fundamentally infuriating.
I mean, not exactly, because I will say this: like, some people beat their kids all the damn time to the point of abuse, and look at how they turn out. You know?
Not anymore. It's not as much as in the 80s. I was born in. I was around in the 80s. The last. Some people don't beat their kids like that.
There
Now,
has to be a dad around.
Well,
there has to be a dad around to beat the kids.
Exactly.
You should be around in the 60s.
No. Listen, some mothers will hit their kids still. They'll hit them. But what I'm talking about is those old-fashioned beatings where you got, like, you had to bend over and the belt was put on you a certain amount of number of times. Like, you gotta sit there and get, like, pow with a belt over and over and over again. Those are whoopings. That's not real common anymore. Now, will your mom smack you or something today? Yeah. Will she hit you a couple times? Yeah. But the whole whoopings, I don't know if you guys understand what a whooping is. A whooping is a whooping. That's phased out of even in the Black community, man. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but what I'm saying is so like when I grew up, the Herods, they got their ass whooped. The Bars, they got their ass whooped. The Washingtons, they got their ass whooped. Every family in my Ayadelis, they got their ass whooped. Downstairs, Shun and Emmanuel, they got their asses whooped.
That's where African Americans get their classically broad shoulders, is from whipping their kids. I mean, it was a part of their culture. And
yeah, you don't. You ask these kids about getting whoopings, they won't tell you about, like, their mother slapped them or something, or their mother just went off on them or something. You know what I mean? I'm talking about take your clothes off, get over my knee or bend over and just whack, pow. That's one. Whack, pow. That's two. And I mean, and them shits hurt like the fucking Dickens. Whack, pow. Three.
What do they call that?
Oh,
Transgenerational trauma? Or what do they call that? That,
Generational trauma. Yeah, but they used to do that in schools all the time too, with paddles and everything.
exactly.
And they used to be nationwide.
White people used to whoop their kids back in the day too. White, what they call tearing out your hide. White people called it tearing out your hide, or
and it was with whatever was handy, It
Yeah,
could be a
whipping your
spoon,
hind
it could
parts
be
and shit.
a
White people
lamp
used to
cord,
whip their kids. Yeah,
car antenna, it could be anything.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't just a black thing. I think that the blacks held on to it longer. You know what I mean, as a whole. But white parents in the 40s and the 50s, oh man, you got whoopings. Blacks, we kind of stopped it in like the 90s. You know what I mean? And in the 2000s, we stopped doing it. But oh man, white parents, oh, they would tear out your hide. You know what I'm saying? They would take you to the woodshed. That's what they called it too, taking you to the woodshed. Because that's where they would do it. They'd take you in the woodshed and spank the dickens out of you.
Good old days.
Yeah, the back in the day. What's up, Pantheon? Pantheon in the buildings. Pantheon, you're gonna be on the make sure you tune in tomorrow. You're gonna be on the ballot for the women, for the queens.
I
You're on
was
the ballot.
about to say I should be. I
Oh,
bless the
definitely.
nation with desert demons and gremlins. That alone is honorable mention.
Yeah, you're exactly. You gave us that desert demon moniker this year. That was, or was it last year? Whenever it was, but yeah, that's definitely a big contribution, man. Salute to you. I
So
know
much better
fishing.
than Sandman.
I know yeah, it is. Yeah, I know fisherman doesn't appreciate you women, but we appreciate every time you come up here, Pantheon. Go ahead and go ahead. What are your thoughts, man? What's your thoughts on what we're talking about?
Yeah, no, just and you made the point in the most recent things that if you didn't say, "Oh, I was beaten with a belt or a shoe or some kind of something that wasn't a hand," you have not been beaten.
Yeah, exactly. Look at
I
that,
just
man.
want to ask you. I just want to ask you one question. What time's the stream going to be tomorrow?
You know how it is here, man. I come when I can, man. Paul. Like, you know, I mean, when I get the kiddies to sleep, and I'll be ready to go live. But we're gonna get everything done. We're gonna do all the ballots. We're gonna do the gliders. We're gonna do the sons. We're gonna do the others, and we're gonna do the queens, and then
We're gonna do the
take the
non-Hispanic
top.
whites.
We're gonna take the top. The top person from each category and do a final ballot, and that's going to be the president of Rock Nation for 2025, man. Well, Fisherman's won the last few years. He won in a landslide the last few years. Like I'm nominating. I'm endorsing Hot Black this year. You know what I mean? I'm endorsing Hot Black, but you know what I mean? Whatever, man.
Is Hot Black and KB the same guy? I think because they have the same voice.
No. I don't think so.
Yeah.
KB
Gotcha.
always sound like he's laying on his back, sleep. Like KB, it sound like goddamn the guy on the couch in what's that Half Baked. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. Tomorrow's gonna be an exciting show, man. We're gonna see who ends up being if Fisherman can be unseated. Fisherman has
Could have our last mass shooting of the year. You know, there's a lot to.
Exactly. So much going on.
I vote for New Guy.
Yeah, New Guy's gonna be on the ballot, man. He's very based, man.
He's very well spoken. You know, I mean, he's very knowledgeable.
He's young too. He's a very young man too. he has a chance to make some waves, but I just think that Fisherman with the Jewish stuff and shit and all that stuff, Fisherman is just
You're probably right the Jewish crew for this in Somali.
he got locked, man.
The year of the Jew vote.
Yeah, especially this year. Yeah, especially this year. Shit.
It's the I told you so tour.
Candace Owens has lost her mind, hasn't she?
Who?
Candace Owens. I think she's lost her mind.
Oh yeah, she. I think she's doing that for money though. I think she knows that gets money, and I know she's got this big lawsuit coming up. So I think she knows she needs to get money. So Candace Owens is I think she could be president one day. She's
Glenn Beck said that.
Yeah, she's like she has no more like in order to be president, you have to be a psychopath because you got to drop drones on weddings. No matter how bad the desert demons are, you're gonna have to drop drones on weddings. You know what I'm saying? To drop drones on neighborhoods and shit. And you have to drop, you know what I mean? You have to bomb fucking
maybe the enlightened version would be like bombing the rehearsal dinner instead of the wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
Why do you want them to get married?
That way you just get the family members and the out of
She did
towners.
amazing work exposing the Black Lives Matter scam, but she's burned it all now. Just sort of silly stuff,
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Yeah. She's a psychopath. So I think she's good fit for the. And when I say that, I don't mean that like she's going around killing people like Norman Bates. I'm saying that she's just the way she attacked that woman who's grieving her husband's death.
Oh, it's outrageous.
She claims to be his friend. Is just insane. Like nobody nobody would want their wife. Like Charlie not looking down. Like go after my wife. That's my friend. Thank you. Like what I'm saying?
Honestly, I think Erica Kirk is faking it because I mean, like no grieving woman would have the mannerisms or would do what she's doing, especially not public.
People grieve in different ways.
We see it every day on this show where the son teen his body is still fucking hot on the sidewalk and his mother's over there talking normally. Like we see that every day.
But that's some woman. No glider woman would do that.
Oh man, we see it with glider women all the time on this show. The kid's dead and she's up there talking normally. We see it all the time, man. Listen, man. You can't judge people's grieving, man. Especially when you don't know the person too. Like you don't know the reference. You don't know like what the base it against. Like you don't like, oh, this person's usually like this and now they're like that. You don't know her, so you don't know what she's how she's doing it. And also like she may not want to give. She gotta keep on going on. You know what I'm saying? She gotta keep the shit going. He got a huge movement. She gotta. You know what I'm saying? She got to keep the shit going. She can't just be sad all the time with this huge movement that people are going to try to take from her too. Like you got to remember, there's sharks the sharks are biting. Everyone wants their piece of TPS or TPUSA. She gotta keep it from all the snakes and sharks, and she gotta also move it forward, and she gotta host events, and she gotta, show face. She can't just be like curled up under a blanket sniffling all day and shit, man. And we don't know if she already did that because we didn't see her the first couple of weeks publicly.
And if she so happens to look kind of milfy hot while she does it, there's nothing wrong with that.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I don't know. She's been involved in a couple scandals, like especially with that orphanage in Romania, and I don't know, like she was getting really, really close with JD Vance. So I have my suspicions about Erica.
Hey,
silly talk.
Who hasn't been involved in an orphanage scandal? Come on, is that really going to be a signal we're going to
ask the Somalis?
Exactly. And also, like, what woman hasn't thought about, or had another guy in the bushes waiting. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't mean you're like part of the Jewish Illuminati because you got another guy in the fucking in the wings waiting while you got a husband and shit. That's you know what I mean? Like, both things don't have to can be mutually exclusive, man. All women have some guy that they like or some shit like that, Let's see this story.
Not every
In
woman
other
has the
news today, a
privilege to have her husband
16-year-old is dead after a shooting inside a Mayfield Heights Raising Cane's restaurant. Mayfield Heights police say they've arrested a 14-year-old boy in connection to the shooting, and they're detaining.
What race do you think that 14-year-old boy was? Salute to my man Aster J, man. Aster J in the building. He a big contributor all throughout the years, man. For years and years now, man. Shout out to Aster J, man.
I'm going to go dark skin black and with a light skin accomplice.
Dark skin black with a light skin.
Ooh, we're getting into shades now. I love it.
Usually the light skinned one is the brains behind the operation. But
yeah, they have 50% glider in them, isn't it?
That's crazy, man. That's bananas. He says, gliders are the laughing stock of the planet. They're letting these backwards ass third world pieces of shit into your country. Damn, I can't read the rest. I hate when what's your face does this. PayPal, man. They don't let you read the whole goddamn fucking thing. Shit.
It is enough to done. It's our leaders. Certainly is here.
Let me find it though. I find it. Shout out to Aster J, man.
An 18-year-old male for questioning. Here's Annabelle Childers with more details.
Starter squad to Canes, we got one shot.
Sunday night, just before 10, Mayfield Heights police responded to this Raising Cane's.
We got one down inside of the restaurant.
According to police, officers found 16-year-old Philip Longino Jr. shot near the front entrance of the restaurant. As first responders attended to him, other officers worked on tracking down suspects, announcing this description of a male over the police scanner.
The black mask, the black North Face coat, last seen going towards Verizon.
Officers also asked,
a black this, a black that. What about the skin, motherfucker?
Black North Face coat, last seen going towards Verizon.
Officers also asking neighboring law enforcement agencies to keep watch for this vehicle.
We got a dark colored Challenger that was involved that went westbound on Mayfield.
Richmond Heights police confirmed to 3 News they stopped the Dodge Challenger, detained the driver, and turned them over to Mayfield Heights police. According to the Mayfield Heights police chief, a 14-year-old male from South Euclid was taken into custody in connection to the shooting, and an 18-year-old male from Cleveland is being detained as the investigation continues. As of now, police believe the incident started with a physical altercation inside Raising Cane's between multiple juveniles, though Philip Longino Jr. was transported to Hillcrest Hospital. The
Philip Longino Jr.
16-year-old died from his injuries.
Ohio BCI is working alongside Mayfield Heights police as this investigation continues, and police are asking anyone with information on the shooting to contact them.
Philip Longino, I don't know. That don't sound like a black kid, but he got shot. He wasn't the shooter. He got shot.
She might have got the name wrong because Dan Bongino said when his grandfather came to America, his name was actually Bonguano or something, but they spelt it wrong on the papers.
Okay.
So
Look at how many.
There's very few Bonginos in America or anywhere.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Look how many kids got killed in Central Florida. What was it, 4 in the last few days? Teenagers? Look at Cleveland.
Yeah, 4.
Look at Cleveland now. This is one. Now here's another one, Cleveland. Look.
A 16-year-old is dead after what police say was a fight involving a group of kids turned into shots fired. A 14-year-old and an 18-year-old.
Okay, that's the same kid. Okay, I thought that was a different story. Okay, but still, like it's goddamn shit.
Tonight, communities across our area are mourning the loss of Pastor Aquarius Green. Though the shooting happened in Level Plains, Green was widely known in Montgomery for his ministry and outreach. WSFA 12 News reporter Jessica
she's
Knox
lost
spoke with a
weight.
friend, remembering the man he knew.
I was very hurt. Of course, I was devastated because I was like, I couldn't believe this happened to him. And of course, then to find out how it happened and who did it, that was even more devastating.
Minister Devontae
The
Palmer
end of the
is one
age of
of many
Aquarius.
now grieving the loss of Pastor
Aquarius.
The pastor is Aquarius.
We got to
the
keep a
minister-
file starting
the
in
minister is
26. Maybe keep a
Devontae.
file of all the great names.
Yeah.
Here.
The pastor is Aquarius. The minister is Devontae. Can't take it seriously.
Hey, man, this is the black church, man. The black church.
Minister Devontae Palmer is one of many now grieving the loss of Pastor Aquarius Green. Palmer says the two were not close friends, but their paths cross often at church and even checking up with him at Green's previous job at Walmart.
So from time to time, after I get done with there, I just go to see him and just chat it up, and then for like 5-10 minutes and go by my way because he working. I can't talk all day.
Palmer says those conversations were brief but meaningful. To Palmer, Green was known for humility and faith.
See, I told you, men, black dudes be working. The dude, the pastor, and he work at Walmart, man. Come on, man. I told you that, man. Black dudes be working, man.
Hustling.
Humility and faith.
To me, the man was a humble man, an honest man. He was a man who deeply loved God, his family, and one who just wanted to do the right thing.
One moment stands out the most.
Got me when he came to the church. You know, I had no idea he was coming. He actually surprised me. He tapped on my shoulder and said, "Brother Palmer," oh, snap. I had no idea he was coming that day.
Green died just days after being shot in what police called a domestic incident. Those who knew him say they remember a man committed to faith, family, and service.
Again, you know, that wasn't the guy that I knew. You know what I'm saying? Again, like I was telling somebody today, you know, I can't go with what I knew. Pastor Green, he was human, right? He was a man of God. He was a father.
He was human. Uh-oh. The way he talk about he was human, he was.
He's not perfect. He's like you and me.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What happened, man?
Which woman? I bet he got shot by a woman.
Oh, definitely. But why? Was his wife? Was it his love? Was it a man? A lover? Like
more than likely, when it comes to pastors, it's either they're stealing money or they're cheating on their wives or they're womanizing. One of those two things.
But the way he said, like, he wasn't perfect, and you know, I only knew him. I didn't know all that about
together. The pastor was getting his life back together.
Yeah, exactly. The pastor, yeah. Wow. I want to. He got me curious, man. I want to find out what the fuck happened, man.
Aquarius.
He was a husband, hard worker. He did not deserve to die.
Authorities say no charges have been filed at this time.
Wow.
However, the investigation is still ongoing. In Montgomery, I'm Jessica
They have
Knox,
notified a
WSF
bitch of interest.
Wow. Jeez.
They have interviewed a crazy.
A Georgia mother is seeking change. Her son was killed in Bloomingdale earlier this month. And WJCL 22 News.
We did that, Bloomingdale. We did that.
Night community.
Bloomingdale. Shit. Damn. Wow. California farming mogul arrested for murder. Whew.
And we start with new details.
Look at the chick. Unbelievable.
Salute everybody, man. Make sure you sponsor the show. Take the challenge, man. Take the $5 challenge, sponsor the show. Let's see who's been sponsoring. Oh, man, we got good, man. We got my man Douglas Chunks. He said, here's a Pantheon-inspired contribution to the nation. Welcome back, Miss UK. Yeah, man. I mean, people miss you, man. Don't listen to Fisherman, man. Fisherman is a chauvinist pig, man.
When have I ever listened to Fisherman?
Either
He has
show me
great
or proof.
points, but personal opinions, I don't care. But no, it was just, and I literally just said it in the back comments, that I went heavy in the gym in the morning, kind of same time, so I can't be breathing heavily as I'm trying to be on the panel. And also for UK
You might
time.
turn some people on if you breathe heavily.
but also UK time. It's a lot of death and kind of destruction first thing in the morning as you're trying to start your day positively. So yeah, so just a break
Sunrise.
It's 8 o'clock now, right, man? You can get some definite destruction at 8 o'clock.
No,
man.
it's 6:52.
Oh, y'all
I mean,
only 4 hours ahead of us?
Yeah, because we
5
went back.
hours.
5 hours. 5 hours. You're in Washington, aren't you? East Coast.
Yeah, I'm in Washington. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
not in
5
Washington, but I'm in Pennsylvania.
When the clocks change over, it gets a bit funny, but it's only 4
end
hours.
of October.
Oh, y'all clocks move forward. Hold on, did we move forward? What did we do? Did we just move forward or back?
Everyone went
go
should
back.
have gone back end of October, and then we also moved forward.
Bring
end of
forward,
March.
pull back.
So
But
we'll
not
always
today.
remain 5 hours ahead of
that
you.
wasn't today, right? It was a while back, right?
October.
Okay, because I was like, what the fuck? Am I tripping? We moved forward today. I'm like, God damn. But anyway, yeah, man. So salute to Douglas Chunks, man. For supporting the channel so heavily. We talking about Douglas Chunks, probably, top supporter this year, man. I mean, like, at least he in the top 2. The only one
Easily.
can best with him is Christie, aka Michael Babe Ruth Jordan. That's the only one. And salute to everybody else who supported the channel too. But Douglas Chunks has been like the far and away. I mean, like you can't even calculate what Doug Chunks has meant to the channel in 2025, man. I mean, think about it, man. Like, if we had more Douglas Chunks here, man, it would be a lot better. The world would be better with more Doug Chunks. I can't even say that, man. I can't deny that, man. On nights, man, where it's very, very hard to come on here, every single night, when nobody's contributing. It's very hard to night after night after night. And Douglas Chunk supports the channel. That's salute to him, man. Oh yeah, Deluxe. You got to also count Deluxe 247. He's also definitely up there too. Barry B, Eric S, a lot of other people, man. A lot of other people. I don't want to start naming because if I leave somebody off, they're gonna be offended and shit. But I'm just, I've said your name before. This time I'm just saying these names. But yeah, salute to Douglas Chunks, man. 2025, one of the MVPs of 2025, if not the MVP. By far, man. Salute to him, man. Everybody who's got the free membership from him, probably every single person in the nation got the free membership from him.
Got me.
So and I know Doug Chunks, I gotta start going members only too. Because he's giving all these memberships out. I gotta start going members only and making them memberships worth something, man. Salute to him, man. Yeah, but yeah, we've seen a sharp decline in our now it's coming out that people are being unsubscribed unbeknownst, and we have a sharp decline in viewership in this year, man. And we went down. We used to get 300, 350, 400 a night. Now we're down to like 125, if that. I don't know how many we got right now, but yeah, about 150 right now. That's good. I'm thankful for the 150 too. I'm so thankful to have 150 because it's better than nothing, man. Better than nothing. But in 2026, we want to get that membership back up. So we need everybody to hit the like button, man. Everybody support the channel, share the videos and things of that nature, as well as contribute to the channel. Taking the $5 channel, the $10 channel, the $20 channel, the $100 channel. Support the channel. We want to start getting back on track, man, like we used to be.
Well, you are half as shadow banned as me. Ludicrous.
Yeah,
Have to
yeah,
get it right.
you definitely shadow ban, but you don't produce as much content as me. Like I
I'm shadow banned all over the internet, not just YouTube.
Yeah, I produce a lot of content from. I should be growing at an exponential rate. When you think about all the content I produce hours of content every single day.
Details on an Arizona murder investigation, a case that stretches across state lines and ends with the arrest of a wealthy farmer in Southern California who's now accused of killing his estranged wife in Pine Top.
12 News journalist Sean Rice is live in Holbrook. That's about 3 hours northeast of the valley. And Sean, this case is now drawing a lot of national attention.
Hispanic wife.
Yeah, Trem and Troy, it absolutely is. Good afternoon to you both. The reason for that is because the man now sitting behind bars in Southern California may very well be one of the most influential, well-known, and well-financed farmers in all of Southern California. Let's take you to a booking photo we just...
Think about that, yo. This guy, I mean, think about the sacrifices he made to get to where he is. Talk about working hard, right? He wanted farming. We're not talking about like sitting pencil pushing and
he looks like he's
pushing buttons and shit. This motherfucker wanted to. Yeah, definitely. Think about this though. Blew it all over a woman. Ruined
That's
all.
rough, man.
Yeah, it's just the way it is, man. Women are just like.
Today from the Imperial County Sheriff's Office in Southern California, that's just outside of San Diego, of 63-year-old Michael Abadi. Just last week, he was indicted by a grand jury here in Navajo County on a charge of first-degree murder. He stands accused of traveling from Imperial County to Pine Top, Arizona, solely to shoot and kill his estranged wife, Carrie, and then detectives say he traveled right back the following day to his home in California. Now, this homicide investigation took place at a $1.6 million home in Pine Top on the night of November 20th. Today, we learned that deputies were called out to this sprawling 13-acre property by a family member of Carrie's, reporting that she had been shot. She died while en route to the hospital, and that night, no suspect was located at her property. Deputies and investigators spent the next 4 days scouring the entire property for evidence. That evidence led them to El Centro, California. That's where Carrie and Michael previously lived for over 30 years. There, they executed several search warrants at Michael's home, his trailers, and his businesses. They also interviewed droves of close friends and family members spanning multiple states. Then just 6 days ago, that Navajo County grand jury indicted him on a first-degree murder charge, evidence pointing to him driving all the way to Pine Top from El Centro, shooting Carrie, and then driving back right after.
First got a longer girl to do that.
First degree. Like, we talking about, like, he's finito. He's 61. First degree murder, he's done. It's a wrap.
Yeah, but he probably assumed his life was done once he and his wife separated.
Another migrant murderer. How many miles did he travel?
The alleged murder. The key question now remains what the motive was for this domestic violence homicide.
Could you disclose at all what they maybe discussed about what Carrie's life was like in those 48 to 72 hours that you discussed that you were trying to learn about?
Yeah, I mean, I can't get into the specifics, but I think one of the big things was she was living alone and she had left her husband and was living in Pine Top and was working through a divorce that had been dragging on for a couple of years was the glaring things that were poking out.
And he was dragging it, I bet.
And those are just some of the words from close friends and family members in the interviews the deputies and detectives conducted. Now, two elements of those divorce proceedings in California. This has been going on since 2023, so well over 2 years of divorce proceedings in California. One was a request by Carrie to increase her monthly alimony payments from Michael. There were also allegations that he was trying to hide his financial assets from.
Oh, so it was the money. She was trying to get more money, and he was trying to not spend the money. So he said, okay, I'm going to kill her. That way I don't have to pay her. But now you killed her, and now you
Problem
ain't got
solved.
her. Yeah.
Crime of passion.
It's not passion, it's pettiness.
No, you really
Because-
got to have loved a woman to go shoot her over something like
No,
that.
it's pettiness because if they're 60s, so if we're talking about what are they, boomers or they're boomers, so probably got married early, so they've done at least 35
I
to
don't
40
think they're
years.
boomers. I don't think they're boomers.
What age is boomers?
Boomers. So that
46 to 64. Gen
Oh,
X starts at 65.
Yeah.
So he might be on the ass end of boomers. Yeah.
No, he was, if he's 61 and it's 2020 and it's 2020 five.
Technically, he's still a boomer, but he's a zoomer.
He was born in
64,
1964, right? He was born in 1964.
Okay, yeah, so they're not boomers.
Yeah,
Gen X starts at 65.
But the love they shared, I think, is what inspired this murder. Regardless of his generation, it's all generations can have this.
Yeah, I'm
no,
sure they loved each
he's
other.
dragging out the divorce. So my point kind of still stands where
Yeah, he doesn't want to let her
they've
go.
done at least 35 to 40 years married.
He's
And
still holding
there is a
on.
big... Huh?
He's still holding on, dragging out the divorce because he's
He's holding on, he's
hoping it can
petty.
work out.
Oh, you're living in Pine Top with 13 acres with my money. You know, he'll forget everything that she did for the marriage.
Maybe he went
And
over
you
there
want
to try
more.
to
I think he's
reunite.
going to hide it in offshore accounts.
Maybe he went over there with one last appeal to save their love.
What? Cancel the divorce or I shoot you.
Yeah. Maybe she came at him with a knife. I mean, we don't know.
Right. Yeah, because here's the thing. I
Burn
wonder if they
woman.
have kids. I wonder if they have kids, man. Because that hasn't been mentioned in the story. I wonder if they have kids.
That's what I'm saying. Probably waited till the children were grown, like full adults, and then
That's
went
a
for the
good parent
divorce
does.
proceedings.
Before you murder your wife, you want your kids out of the house, you know?
But he probably also knew his level. Like he's not going to get possibly or potentially another woman, especially men as well with their health getting older. They don't
What do
always
you
look
mean,
after themselves.
Champion? He's one of the most successful farmers in Southern California. Look at where they live at. Look where she lives at off of his money. Look at where she lives at off of his alimony.
She's up at Pine Top, for God's sake.
Off of their money. You don't know what she did for the marriage.
She
I'm being the
nagged
devil's
him,
advocate.
and she
You don't know if
nagged
she
him
was
and gave him-
if she was a stay-at-home mother, 4 children.
We don't know that yet, man. Let's find out. She had
From her to gain some sort of advantage in these divorce proceedings. Now, the sheriff's office would not say if either of these two facts are a confirmed motive or if Michael at this point has told them anything when he was arrested in Southern California on December 23rd. Now, at this point, he does remain sitting inside an Imperial County jail cell. He has at this point waived his ability to contest extradition. Basically, what that means is that in the coming days, Navajo County Sheriff's deputies and investigators will travel by van to Imperial County. They will pick him up. They will bring him right back here to Holbrook, Arizona, where he will face a judge for the very first time. Now, ever since we learned of Carrie's homicide, we've tried multiple times to reach out to close friends and family members in Pine Top, friends and family members in Southern California as well. We've been repeatedly told to respect friends and family members' privacy as they mourn the loss of this woman. We're live today in Holbrook. Sean Rice, 12 News.
And Sean, I know they weren't talking much about evidence they have, but with all the cameras on all of our interstates and freeways and even, side streets, you would think there'd be video, if it happened, of this husband driving into this area and driving back out, because that's what they say, right? He drove in, committed this crime, and then drove right back out again.
We shouldn't jump to conclusions.
Without a doubt, that's the first thing that crossed my mind, Troy. I will say it's about a 7-hour drive from El Centro, California to Pine Top, Arizona. One sort of hint the sheriff's office gave us today is they were thanking agencies such as the Gila County Sheriff's Office, Globe Police Department, as key contributing partner agencies that helped them solve this murder investigation. The one thing that popped in my head is that he was likely picked up in whatever vehicle he was driving through Globe, through the Gila County area, en route to Pine Top to allegedly carry out this homicide. We'll send it back to you.
I know the guy drove.
Explaining that, isn't he?
The guy drove 7 hours, probably had to get out and piss twice, gas up a couple times, There's every possibility that she deserved it. I just don't want to jump to conclusions.
Oh, go on. Did you see the one?
And he really put him you got to stop and get food. You have to take a little lunch break on your drive.
And the whole way he's just stewing. He's just
your whole day
stewing in
is
his
shot.
anger.
You're going down there to kill your ex-wife. Your whole day is gone. There's got to be a
and
good
he's just
reason.
stewing. The music is helping. Just everything.
Yeah,
he's
you listen
thinking,
to a couple
she
of
opens the
audiobooks or
door.
something on the way down there to kill your wife. Eat, pray, love, or something like that.
You know what though? That is interesting though. Like you're doing a 7-hour drive. You would think like to keep the focus and keep the mission and to still like want to kill her, like because there's a lot of thoughts that go through your brain while you're driving. You know what I mean? You start thinking about everything. He never wavered. He got there and still wanted to kill her.
That's what I mean. There's every possibility that she probably deserved it. I don't know. I just don't want to jump to conclusions and condemn this man. She might have deserved it.
But it's so short-sighted because all the money, the alimony, he's not trying to increase. You're going to lose it.
Well, maybe he loved her enough that he didn't care about the money.
But he does. He was trying to hide his true amount.
This could be a tale of true love, devotion.
Okay, so your opinion. I don't know if you covered it, Ak. The guy who shot his wife and then his stepdaughter. I think it was just before Christmas. Did you do it?
We covered that when it happened. I didn't cover it since then. Let me see.
So what would you say for that one, Esric?
Talking to me?
No, sorry. Names just disappeared. It's not Esric. It's
Jimmy.
You see, you should do. Yes. Sorry, Jimmy.
What was the question?
No, the one who killed his wife, shot her in the face, and then shot his stepdaughter in the head.
I don't think I saw that one.
From a football match. Apparently, there was an issue of domestic violence history.
I could totally understand wanting to shoot your stepdaughter.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being with us today.
Wanting to shoot your own daughter is a justifiable emotion.
Anytime you report on a murder, it's a sad situation.
Oh, no.
It is hugely sad when it's around Christmas. And what I'm about to describe to you is even 10 times that worse. And it started last night in Highland City. Jason Kinney, who's 47, is married to Crystal Kinney. And Jason's been drinking during the evening. And he's watching his football team, the 49ers, play football. Well, they're having a good night. Okay. They're winning. In fact, they won big. Sometime toward the end of the game, at around 11 o'clock, an argument began when Crystal suggested they watch something else on television. And the argument got really heated. Crystal told her 12-year-old son to go to call 911. So the 12-year-old flees to the neighbor's house in order to dial 911. And as he's leaving the house, he hears a gunshot. Deputies arrive in less than 5 minutes of the call for service. And when we enter the house, we see that Crystal Kinney, the wife of Jason, is shot in the head and dead. But it gets worse. We go into the bedroom and we see a 13-year-old child, a little girl. She's shot twice. She's shot in the shoulder and she's shot in the face. We later learned the bullet in the face hit her on the bridge of the nose, went straight up and out the top of her head. She is alive in critical condition, but stable at Lakeland Regional Health and is alert and talking.
Wow.
So a woman was shot in the brain and there was no damage?
Jesus Christ.
It shouldn't be allowed to make these speeches, Judd. He does this all the time. Shouldn't be allowed.
Oh, come on, man.
Listen, when a woman can escalate things, let me show you how I could see her escalate, right? So he's watching the game, right? She comes around, wants to change the channel. Listen, it's a small thing. It seems stupid, but if the woman's constantly nagging, constantly fucking with you, why can't she watch it on another TV? Why can't she just let him enjoy the fucking game, right? Okay. So you have that, right? Now the argument starts. She's like, "Oh my God, call the police!" And it's like, when you start sending kids to neighbors' houses and shit, and letting everybody in your business, it like totally escalates the situation out of control. And a man has to be calm in that situation because his domicile is his kingdom, right? That's the only place where he's the boss, right? Now you're telling the kid to go get the neighbors involved to handle something in his house. You're calling the police to come handle something in his house. And 5 minutes ago, he was watching the game, enjoying himself, and you've come and disturbed his peace. And now the police are on the way, and the neighbor is being called to come, probably telling the next door neighbor's husband to come. We don't know if the neighbor was a cop. We don't know if the neighbor's a Marine, but you're telling some man about your business that's going on, and she's probably yelling and screaming, and I'm going to tell him you hit me and all this shit, and he's drunk. This is a lot to deal with when you're sober. A maniacal woman that's but a maniacal woman that's just antagonizing the situation and escalating it at every point, bringing kids and neighbors into it and all this stuff. It's hard to deal with when you're sober. This guy's drunk.
Women should have known better.
Yeah, you got to.
She knows how he gets when he gets drunk.
Women escalate things, man. Women escalate things. They escalate the fuck out of situations, man. And then they play the victim. And
and some men are just genuinely trash as well.
Well, she's the victim now.
Same.
She ain't playing, is she?
She's playing the victim now.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, he's I'm not saying, and listen, I'm not trying to blame her but from the little tidbits I'm getting, I think it was probably like, come on, Meg, I'm watching the fucking game. Oh my God, don't talk to me. Don't use that type of language in here. Oh my God. You drink too much. No, you know what? We're getting the kids. I'm taking the kids to work. I mean, it's like, man, why are you doing this? You always fucking with my peace.
Fuck.
You're
telling my story.
Oh my God, Tyler, go to the neighbors and tell them to call the police. And it's like, oh shit. Now he's just like everything happened too fast.
Just wanted to watch the game. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to watch the game. You know?
But were the 49ers winning or losing? Because that would probably exacerbate it as well.
They won. They blew. They won big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, I know how these things go. I've dealt with a few women in my life. I know how these situations go, how these
Thank God the Niners won, or he would have really been rough on her.
Yeah.
He probably didn't see the end of the game.
No, he probably would have wanted, he probably wouldn't have cared if the Niners were getting blown out. But the fact that they're rolling and he's enjoying the game, and she comes and she wants to fucking, watch anything. Like, she don't even really want to watch that. She just want to watch anything but what he's doing. And you know what I'm saying? And then she
hates seeing him experience joy.
Exactly. And she just escalates it. Like, she sends the kid to the neighbors to call the police. Like, I mean, like, what the fuck?
he had probably been exacerbating it with the drugs and the alcohol. So he was probably already on that timeline. And but Percy, I don't understand that kind of love, like domestic violence love. It's fascinating to me because like what are you so tied to this person that you won't leave? Like forget finances or I love him, I can't tell the police on him. I don't want the police to kill a black man. I need the psychology behind staying with people that you don't like, but you just think, I have to stay with them because I love them.
Psychological. It's definitely psychological. So it's like it's deep. It's deep. It's definitely
soul
deep.
ties. It must be.
Jason shot her twice and intended to kill her. He didn't, however, shoot his biological child, thank God, who was 1 year old and in a crib. He shot his stepdaughter.
He's not a monster.
He didn't get a chance to shoot his stepson who had run to dial 911. Jason then jumps into his vehicle and flees the scene just prior to deputies arriving. He is going toward Lake Wells. He calls his sister in upstate New York, and he says, I've done something very, very bad. Very bad. I did something terrible. And this is the last time you'll ever talk to me. You'll see me on the news, but I am not going to jail. I'm not going to jail for the rest of my life. So he goes to his father's house, which apparently is currently in probate. His father's deceased, and there's a friend staying there. When he gets to the house, he immediately goes into a shed. Deputies now are tracking Jason. We set up a perimeter and start yelling for Jason to come out of this shed, which is adjacent to the home.
They won't let a man kill himself.
And the deputies hear a single gunshot. When we make entrance into the shed, we find that Jason has shot himself in the forehead, and he too is deceased.
He wanted to kill himself.
I want you to think about this a minute.
You're not like a man.
As the investigations unfolded during the night, and we're still in the preliminary stages, and as I always say when we talk soon, whatever we give you today is subject to modification. We found a note that sometime in the past Crystal wrote, and it was open, where she told Jason, you're drinking, you're using cocaine again. This is not the way the family should be. You need God.
And she wonders
Crystal,
why he
by
shot
the
her.
way, goes to church every Sunday. We don't know when she wrote the note. It's not dated. There's no time. There's no indication, but it was open. So did she write it as they argued earlier in the evening, or had it been some period of time? We can't determine that. We also were able to talk to the 12-year-old, our Christmas miracle. She said, I begged him, don't shoot me, don't shoot me, don't shoot me, and he shot me anyway. This is things that are never supposed to happen. And certainly we are all very, very happy that our little 13-year-old girl is, from every indication, going to survive and thrive. But the investigation's still underway. But this is a family disturbance that apparently had gone on for some time. We talked to another family member, and that family member said, he's been beating on her for a while. So we've checked our records to see if we received any calls at the residence, and we have not. He has never been arrested for domestic violence. But bottom line is,
he went straight to the top.
3 days before Christmas, he shot and killed his wife. He shot his 13-year-old stepdaughter twice and intended to kill her. Called his sister and confessed that he did something terrible. and then rather than be arrested, shot and killed himself. Quite frankly, I don't want to sound sinister, but the only thing he did right that night was shoot himself.
Nice. I'm glad he said it. I've seen this guy before, this sheriff.
Yeah, Grady. Even me, I know.
Yeah,
it's very good.
No, he's like the Cassidy Goodson case. That was outrageous what he said there.
So this guy kills his wife and his stepchild. He realizes he's made a mistake. Well, he kills the wife.
Attempted.
And wounds the stepchild.
He probably thought no. At that time, he probably thought he killed the stepchild.
Yeah, he had good reason to suspect that he had done his. And he realized what he did was wrong, and he calls his sister to say, "Look, what I did was wrong." Yeah, he made amends. He did the right thing.
Yeah,
I'm not saying the woman didn't deserve it, or that I'm just saying he did the right thing.
It's like some teens as well, and it's very males, like very trigger happy, like quick response without the thought process. Then the clarity comes back after the action. And as he said, he's not going to jail, so there's only one other option for him, which he took.
But this guy has the dignity to say, "Okay, I've done wrong. I'm going to go pay my price now, and I'll take care of it. I don't want to make anybody else,
No, but that's not that's the easy way out. I think.
Yeah.
You would want people.
I think it's the noble way out. It's like, what do I want to do? Just soak the taxpayers for my trial and spend the rest of my life sitting in a cell? No,
give trauma to 3 children. Lifetime trauma, no problem.
Well, the important child he didn't even touch. He didn't shoot his own kid. Does he not get points for that?
And he waited whilst that one was too young to understand.
Sure. He probably was like, "Listen, you're not going to talk to his sister. You're not going to see me for a while, but if you don't mind checking in on Junior, he's going to need some health care."
But she is problematic as well, because from what Grady's saying, it has been a long time. So to have a 1-year-old that's been 2 years where you knew beforehand he was like this. You're going to church, praying for him. The letter said you started using cocaine again. So you still allowed yourself to become pregnant by him. Like she could have dipped with her own biological children and left him.
Yeah.
But she stayed and then had a child.
It's not easy to leave, though.
I'm not saying it's easy to leave per se, but I mean, make an attempt. I just feel like if you're in that situation, why then decide to procreate with the person? Because they can then use custody to abuse you. Just there's an extra host of things that then come out from that.
I got you. Salute to everybody out there, man. Salute. Any final thoughts, man? Any final thoughts, guys? Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I like your song.
Oh, you do? Thank you, man.
I'll tell you, what is the greatest Christmas song ever written?
Awfully Naughty. Say no. I would say George Michael.
No.
The Pogues.
Doesn't
Christy McCall. I like that one, even though it's about drunk people.
One that doesn't mention Christmas.
Fairy Tale in New York.
Yeah.
That's
the top 3.
A spaceman came traveling.
What song did you say? Hold on. What song did you say, Pantheon?
Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues and Christy McCall.
I haven't heard that.
No, you've probably heard it, but don't know the title.
Okay.
Spaceman Came Traveling. It's head and shoulders above every other song I've written.
I like Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle Bell Rock is just one of my kids. They love Jingle Bell Rock.
When my kids were young, they loved Feliz Navidad too. They would go nuts for
it. So yeah, man. Hopefully they'll be singing my song for years and years and years.
Is yours a Christmas song?
Yeah. I put it in the pin comment in the chat. It's also on this channel. It's a few videos back on this channel. I have the video on this channel. So you can check it out. It's called Awfully Naughty. Awfully Naughty. Get in the comment section, man. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Black Columbo out.
Salute.